Howdy.
Wow.
Howdy.
Look who it is. All of my favorite cow folk. Hello. Welcome back. It's another week for Blackriver. And of course, welcome to Gut Punch RP, a tabletop role-playing game stream channel focused on inclusivity in gaming spaces and also on charity. You can type !donate into the chat to get a link to our ongoing Tiltify event for I Need Diverse Games. No, we're not doing Tiltify right now. This is what you meant.
Yeah.
We are switching to a different cool host. Jess is going to tell us a little bit more.
Okay. Hi. So, real quick, because I threw people for a loop last minute. Hi. We're raising money using a new charity channel thing. Meta, not that Meta. And they are doing a big Pride event. So we are actually raising money for Sinai Health Foundation for Pride Month via Meta. Every donation of $1 more is going to enter you in chance to get cool prizes, just like we normally do with the dice sets. However, during the month of June, all of the donations are going to go to this organization. They are, you can find out more by typing !meta, also typing charity. Yeah, charity. But the TLDR for this one is that they are raising money to help support LGBTQIA plus community, particularly in mental health and physical health. So they align with both gender affirming and sexuality affirming practices, and raising money to be more cognizant of that and take care of folks. So we'll be doing that all through the month of June. I don't know whether or not the stuff works, so someone should maybe test it out. I tested out a little bit before stream, but like have been kind of overwhelmed. And I figured, because this channel likes to lean in hard to Feywildy bullshit, that maybe we'd give away some Feywildy bullshit, aka all of the fucking specialty minis that go with Wild Beyond the Witchlight, all of them,
Damn.
to a random donor. So literally, donate $1 this month. You could win all of these minis and get some Feywildy bullshit of your own to play around with. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Donate. Do it. Somebody
Donate.
test that just so that we know that it works. You know.
You know. Please,
All right.
Just to test it out.
I'll make that smoother for next time.
Okay, we got it. We're figuring stuff out. Thanks, everyone. Please donate. We love you guys. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled stuff. But this month, that fucking rules. Happy Pride. Things are awesome. We need to put all the rainbow stuff on the channel, too.
We do. Yeah. It's like,
fuck
it's
yeah.
June. How did that happen?
Oh, yeah, we got to be colorful this month. But I should also tell you guys, we are sponsored by tabletoploot.com. You can type !tabletoploot in to our chat. You can get a link to those guys, and you can use our code GutPunchRP and save 15% off at checkout. It's a great time to buy rainbow dice, that's all I'm saying. We are also sponsored by DungeonsGate.com, which is a local gaming store in the Midwest, where a lot of these guys are from. And you can type !Dungeonsgate into the chat and get a link to their lovely stuff. They also have a code of ours called, it is the code GutPunchRP, and you can save 10% off at checkout, excluding sale items. You can also support us in very cool non-monetary ways, such as following us on social media, such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Also interacting with a lot of our content. So, liking videos, tweets, retweeting our Go Live tweets, all that kind of stuff. Actually super does help us. I'm sure you've seen people talk about the algorithm, but it actually super helps us meet other people and hear from you guys, all that kind of cool stuff. So thank you so much for doing all that. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We love you, and we hope that you stick around. You have joined us for our ongoing Arcane Western campaign, Welcome to Blackriver, that uses the D&D 5e system. This game plays on alternating Thursdays, which means that our next game is going to be on the 16th of June. So come back then and say hello. But our channel, Gut Punch, also has 2 other shows. So you can check out Laurelwind every Monday, and Darkness Rising is a little TBD right now. They might be redoing their schedule. But keep an eye on our socials and you can find out more about that. So now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let's get started with a recap of where we are. And welcome, as always, to Blackriver. So our intrepid party has been on many an adventure recently, but they recently sat down to put some pieces together. Samuel Crane, Sheriff Samuel Crane, that's too many S's for me, told the party that based on their advice, he had asked the local criminal and general pain in the ass, Vance Graves, to leave town. He'd been causing a bit more trouble than he was worth, in the party's opinion, and Samuel agreed with them. And Samuel was fairly surprised at how easily Vance agreed to pick up and leave. Our lovely Amity was conveyed a somewhat ominous warning as a thank you from the servants of a nature spirit that our party recently saved from a greedy curse, indicating that Blackriver had some trouble in its future, let's put it that way. So while our party was putting some pieces together, figuring some things out, Willow received an unfortunate missive. A young woman named Elizabeth that the group had hoped might perhaps someday see the error of her evil ways, chose the path of evil and the service of her master, the demon Azon, and lit the church on fire. So the party rushed into action and rushed up the hill, and although Mal was able to call on the power of Saint Zyra to put the fire out, the group was too late to stop the destruction of the holy sigil that existed beneath the church, unbeknownst to, well, more or less everybody. Upon defeating Elizabeth and searching the church, the group discovered a parting letter from Vance Graves with sections and secrets addressed to each of our party members, indicating that he knew a great deal about the goings-on around Blackriver. And now, in the aftermath, our party heads back to town and decides what to do next. So I believe you guys were headed down the hill in pursuit of Sylvie, who had a mission and a message to send.
Yes, she had been kind of booking it in the general direction of the post office, but then Mal had offered to send a message for her via magical means instead, something a little bit quicker. And so she has slowed down at this point, is still visibly agitated and a little panicked and a little freaked out, but which is odd for her. But she has paused, at least.
All right, what are you guys up to?
I believe that Mal was going to send a quick message to Sylvie's family, right?
Yeah, just, if you don't mind, yeah. Just with everything that's likely coming.
I don't want to take any liberties with your words or send him into a panic. What exactly do you want me to say?
Shit,
He's like walking and talking, but, you know, kind of a little, like, shoulders hunched up, like concerned, but also really wants to do this for you, do a solid.
Yeah, I think she'll, like, while she's thinking, she's gonna fish out from, like, around her neck, she's gonna take off the locket that she wears, open that up, open it up, and inside is the photograph of her family, and she'll just pass that to Mal so that he's got the likeness to look at.
Yeah, he takes it and holds it very gingerly, like, real careful.
If you could just, all right, if you could just let my wife know that, that I'm all right, but some trouble might be coming soon here. That I'll send word again as soon as I can. But, yeah, and just tell her I love her, and Liza too.
Okay.
If you can, it feels
No,
like it's a lot.
No trouble. Standing right there, I think that he kind of, his eyes go a little unfocused, and he's like very quietly whispering in what is kind of a heavy accent. But as soon as he's done, he makes eye contact with you and nods, and I think the message was received. I'm sure she loves you too. It's gonna be okay.
I hope so. I just...
With a wife like you, she is gonna be just fine. And Laz is gonna be alright with the two of you together.
It's... I sure as hell hope so. Let's figure out what the hell's going on here.
Yeah, off to the sheriff's office, and Mal kind of like perks up and looks for the rest of the party.
Yeah, so you guys are kind of walking. You two are taking care of this easily enough. At this point, night has fallen on Blackriver. The sun was starting to go down earlier, and with everything going on, it's pretty much gone at this point. So there are some lights in the windows, as there generally are. Honestly, though, there is kind of a foreboding silence in the town at this point, a sort of held breath before the storm. Some of you might notice, looking around as you go, that there are birds flying west overhead, which isn't unheard of, but it is somewhat unusual for birds to be traveling in this number this late at night. Someone like Amity, you might notice mice, little creatures, are also scurrying west down the main street, away from the Badlands, and they all seem to be headed in kind of the same direction. Mal, you probably noticed that window boxes filled with flowers seem a little more wilted and shriveled than they did before, a little more miserable than they should. Willow, you might notice that the saloon is quieter than usual. Normally people would be kind of starting to party at this time of night, starting to have a good time, but not tonight. And Sylvie and Claire, you probably noticed that the horses that are tied up are anxious, a little restless. But you guys can head wherever you'd like to, and that's up to you.
Hey, preacher. Can you see people when they're not there? Like, no matter where they are?
Sometimes. You looking for someone?
Yeah, that note that Vance gave us. Like, what do you need something of them, or can I, give you a description?
I think you can give me a description, but they have to be in town, basically. Are you looking for, a find person, or, a find creature?
I was thinking more of a scry.
A scry? Oh, I can tomorrow.
Okay.
Let me double check on that. If it's what I think you're saying, we could go over to Virgil's. Or I could help you tomorrow.
Well, the note that Vance left was certainly implying implications of that my ex may be behind all this shit. And so, like, if we could maybe find out where she is, we might actually have advantage for once on a situation.
Over.
Then let's do it.
Yeah.
Thinking.
We should go right to Virgil. He charged me 100 gold to scry on my family. I didn't tell you guys, but I did ask him to just scry on my family. He didn't even need a likeness, he just kind of made it up. Do you have a likeness of her?
I mean, I can describe her.
That should work.
Let's get going then.
I'm sorry I can't help you directly. I'm sure you might not want him to know or be concerned, but I think it might be good to keep some people in the know. Maybe?
I think this may be a thing that is calling for urgency, so...
Alright.
Yeah.
I have a couple things I should probably pick up there anyway. Do you want this rod thing? It's a melee weapon. I'll take it if something gets close to me, but do you want something to hit things with? I know that you guys got it off of that body. I can tell you what it does if you want.
What's it do?
It seems like some kind of vampiric rod thing. Remember that time that Willow summoned a bunch of tentacles in the middle of town?
That was a bit
No,
disturbing.
it was me. It could have been anyone.
Somebody summoned a bunch of tentacles in the middle of town, but this one has 3 of them.
3 tentacles?
But yeah.
It may,
I think I'm alright.
Are you sure you don't have it used for 3 tentacles? I thought Willow would want to use for 3 tentacles, but she passed it to me secretly.
Maybe you should keep it
I'm good about
secret.
staying away and away from things that hit you.
Yeah,
I mean...
less tentacles.
Mechanically, does it count as a monk weapon, is the question.
Oh, see. Okay.
Because if it
Monk
does not,
tentacles.
then it may be better off going to Amity.
Yeah.
Well, Amity got the staff, right? So
I
get off the staff.
currently
now.
have the staff. I don't know what it does. It was not coming up on Yield D&D Beyond.
Ah, I
Hmm.
apologize. That is Staff of Azon. It's not coming up.
Let me check.
I thought I had looked at it. Maybe not though.
Sometimes we need to beat the D&D Beyond into submission.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it's in there. Yeah, so you guys get the sense, looking at these items, you saw Elizabeth use them, so you have some sense of some of the things that they do. If you'd like to find out the sort of the full breakdown, you guys can identify them. You can ask Virgil to identify them, that kind of stuff. But you know that they both have magic abilities. The staff is a little closer to a quarterstaff. The rod, let me double check. Not in my inventory for some reason. There we go.
We're doing D&D things.
Oh, yes. So the Rod of Azon, if you guys are standing around looking at it, why don't you do an Arcana check for me? Well, it doesn't know magic. I would argue Willow could probably do this too, but she's smart.
I got a 6.
Tasty.
Ooh, natural 20.
Ooh, nice.
Natural 19.
Ooh.
Damn!
Nice.
Claire's got the brain cells. They're firing today. The DVD thing hit the corner of the screen.
15.
15, very good. Whitla, did you also roll?
Yeah, 16.
Oh, all right. So honestly, everybody except for Sylvie, sorry, Sylvie, I think looking at this object, you guys can guess that it probably needs to be attuned to by a spellcaster.
Okay.
The rod or the staff?
The rod needs to be attuned to by a spellcaster. The staff is basically a quarterstaff, so if you're able to use a normal quarterstaff, you can use the staff.
Well, Claire's punches are like magic. They can punch ghosts.
It's true.
A quarterstaff is a monk weapon.
Yeah,
now,
quarter
isn't
It
staff
is
it?
is a
indeed.
weapon.
All right, so staff to Claire, rod to...
Mal passes the rod right over to Amity.
It's just, yeah, tentacles!
And I guess we're shuffling over to Virgil's. Mal is assessing the urgency in the people's voices and is like, all right, let's go talk to this weird little guy.
Yeah, he's screwing around there. You can kind of see a candle lit through the window and reasonably guess that he is in fact in his shop. You can head in there. The door is unlocked, as it often is, and there's sort of a little bell, as there are on a lot of the shop doors.
Mal does this Kramer special, and it's like 2 knocks, opens the door, like is already in.
Virgil's kind of doing his usual, like, tinkering with sort of stuff behind the counter. There's his usual assortment of kind of junk sitting around that he's taking apart or looking at or whatever. But he'll look up at you guys and kind of furrow his brows. Good night, good evening.
Hi, remember that time that you did a scry for me on my family?
I would be concerned if I'd forgotten it, yeah?
We might need another one of those. If you have the time. Also, are you safe? Are you batting down the hatches? What's going on with you right now?
Well, why don't you start with telling me what the fuck is going on up at the church?
Fire's
Ours
out
out
for now.
for one.
Yeah.
All right, that's a good start. I mean, I can scry for you if you need to on your family, or...
No, we're looking in on somebody else. Mal kind of looks at Claire and is like kind of deferring how much she wants to disclose, like, to him.
Okay, so apparently, I guess my ex is up to some shady shit. Maybe the shady shit that is happening. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. So she's about, I guess, like, yay tall. Yay tall. Right there. No, maybe about. Yeah.
How tall are you, Miss Dawson?
I'm 6'2".
So we'll subtract 5 inches, all right.
And she has a kind of a lithe body of she specializes in trapeze acts, has very full lips, very high cheekbones, piercing emerald eyes, dark hair that is pulled back into kind of a loose braid, and nice shapely.
He's hot.
Yeah.
Does she have a name?
Dahlia.
All right.
Insight check right now.
Yeah, same.
I believe her.
His tail is just like flicking irritably, like knocks over a thing. I don't know.
Mal is like picking up the bucket that got knocked over and like putting it back, but puts it back too close to her tail.
22
Clang, clang, clang.
for that insight.
Ooh. 26.
Damn!
Ooh.
Go team.
Claire is telling the truth.
Okay.
All right.
What, is that the name that Vance wrote in the letter?
He didn't write a name in the letter.
He didn't write a name. But Claire
He mentioned
spelled a different name.
he mentioned Nikolai in the letter.
Yeah, he did not put a name in the letter.
Yeah.
Claire said a different name earlier.
Yeah, that was just me misremembering. I said
Oh, okay.
Delilah at the end of the last episode. It was Dahlia.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in the circus,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Mal does the mental math.
Add it.
It flies over his face. It's perfect.
You
I
guys
got it.
might also remember that at some point Claire had falsely given her own name as Dahlia.
That is true.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
That's up to you whether you think you'd remember that. But, so yeah, he'll kind of listen along, sort of chuckling a little bit. Well, as I hope you understand, if I've never met a person and it's secondhand, it makes it significantly more difficult. There's a decent enough chance it won't work at all. I asked your friend here earlier for 100 gold for a scry, if that's all right with all of you.
If I told you I believed in you, would it give you advantage?
If you told me you believed me?
I believe in you. You can do
Believe
this.
in me. I see. You're cheerleading.
Rah rah.
You know, it can't hurt, I guess.
Claire
Melrose says I
drops
so hard I
100
hurt
gold on the table.
Mal was pulling out his gold and then puts it back slowly.
He'll sort of sweep it into a coffee can and start setting up the same assortment of objects that Mal saw him use before.
Is the coffee can like just chilling? Is it just out?
Yeah, okay, I visualize a kind of two-step counter situation where there's the counter that you guys can see, and then there's like a lower counter that's like his stuff. So he's just, I don't know, he's got like a coffee can back there.
Mal looks at the coffee can, looks at Willow, and does a little head shake of like, don't do it.
She's already like 3 steps away from where you last saw her.
It rattles a little bit. He's got some change in there. He sets out his stuff. It does take 10 minutes to cast, so you guys have a couple minutes here. And he is, at this point, more or less ignoring you guys unless you have any further questions for him. And he's going to start casting that scry spell. And, all right, let's see. Let me pull up scry here. You get the sense that he's very comfortable doing this. He's done it quite often.
Claire is nervously fidgeting with whatever is loose in the shop.
Mal pulls out a piece of pocket bacon.
He mostly ignores you, but is like, there are a couple times where he's kind of like, don't touch that. It'll cut your finger off.
Mal hands pocket jerky to Claire.
Yeah, all right, so you guys watch him focus and kind of go through the scry, and as before, you can't see what he sees, but you kind of notice that his brow furrows significantly, and once he kind of pulls out of it, he looks at all of you and he's like, listen, I'm sorry, I couldn't see anything. There was something pretty strong blocking me, or I don't know much about this individual, but maybe they're not very happy with being scried on. I can try again tomorrow if you like.
I can try tomorrow. Was there something about it? Like, did you feel the spell cast and then it got blocked, or was there just something in the way? You're not lucky.
Honestly, I think I'm probably not lucky today. Some folks are harder to scry on than others. They're, I don't know, magically gifted or smart. Pick one. strong minds. It's easier to scry on people who aren't, frankly, that intelligent or that wise.
Mel kind of looks apologetically at Claire.
If it's any consolation, I got the barest sense of a direction somewhere up north. That's about it.
Is that where Rose Lake is?
It would be, yeah.
Shit, it is.
Ish.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's in that general direction, ain't it? Shit.
Do you know how close?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. The spell fails sometimes. Depends on how well I know a person.
Sam, what direction were all the birds flying? Were they flying west?
West, yes. They were flying opposite the direction of the Badlands.
Okay.
And the river.
But not Rose.
No.
No.
Okay.
They were all fleeing in the same direction. Why exactly are you looking for this person? You think that they're responsible for everything that's going on?
Well, do you remember Elizabeth?
Sure, that young woman who's been following you around?
She, decided that she, wanted to cause a little bit more trouble. Kind of took the charity for granted, I think.
That's a damn shame.
But, we think there's others.
Other people like her who've been serving demons, you mean? Well, it tracks, especially with everything Sam has told me.
Mal kind of squints.
Listen, he's been running around the last hour or so checking on people. Everyone's kind of freaked out. The first person they go to is the sheriff. They trust him. I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but I don't know. If I can help with this mess, I'd like to. Let me know.
All right.
I've learned a lot of spells over the years.
Well, we'll let you know.
All right. I might drop by, say hi to Sam, see what's going on, but otherwise, you'll probably find me here. I don't imagine I'll leave tonight. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thank you.
River is wrestling through some stuff, and she's like, "Do you have chalk?"
River's here?
Willow, that one.
I missed it. Sorry.
He's like,
It
chalk?
took me
I
a sec.
guess I got a little bit of chalk. What kind of
Like
chalk?
myself, it's called Black River. I have Carrion River. I'm just screwing myself over.
You did
I
this
mixed
to
them up.
yourself.
I did.
River, why do you need chalk? It seems ridiculous.
He's
I
like,
don't
oops, sorry,
understand.
closes
What?
the portal to another universe. Sorry,
Guys,
my TV
everyone,
was
it's Darkness
on.
Rising. Let's go.
My intraplanar TV was on. Yeah, I got a little bit of chalk. What are you looking for specifically? For spellcasting, or are you doing art?
No, I need I heard about a spell and I want to try it, but the material's kind of expensive. But yeah, I need some like chalks and inks infused with precious gems. Worth 50 gold.
The inks I think I could do for you. The chalk, you should probably talk to Pearl, the apothecary. She's got a lot more of that kind of spellcasting component than I tend to. But yeah, sure. I can sell you some ink for, I don't know, 30 gold or so. And I'm
much?
worth about that much. 30?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, she'll buy it.
Well, I imagine the other 20 you'll get from Pearl, but
Making me go to 2 places. What the hell?
she's a couple doors down. It won't take too long. The DM says you can hand wave it if you want and just take it off.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Unless there's anything else we need from there. So if anyone else needs potions or components or anything.
Apothecary?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want diamond.
All right. Well, he'll exchange money for goods with you.
Thank you.
Kind of. If there's not anything else, then
Not unless he got another magic pistol, but
I wish I did, but
maybe a rifle. That's fine.
I'll let you know if I dig one up. And he'll kind of let you go.
Willow, were you going over to the apothecary real quick, or
Yeah, I just gotta get this other part. Unless
Yeah.
we need to roleplay, we can.
well,
Keep the head, so-
we can hand wave it, but do you all want to do that and then try and go talk to Samuel? Do we need his mother's visions? Are we putting a map together? Is it a good idea to kind of lay out a chessboard?
Yeah, I think we need to get as much information as we can, and then
Just
We definitely
plan from there.
need Willow's supplies, the strings, and the paper, and the board.
We can get extra string.
as long as you don't mind us taking it apart and actually making some sense out of it, then sure.
By all means, group project.
So
Anybody?
just watching critters run down the street. I feel like a defense of the town might be the thing to talk to Samuel about first and foremost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just got some magic, could get on that.
that's a good point. Yeah.
It is. Well, here's a question. Do you think all of us should go telling everybody in the town what is going on? Or are we solving it without letting them know?
I think that folks should be made aware, but I think that Samuel should be in on that decision.
Yeah, and I also think they're gonna find out real soon either way,
That too.
because these animals can feel it. People might be a little slower, but they'll feel it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the grass and flowers ain't doing so hot either. Last thing I want is somebody out here watering their begonias because they're not perking back up in the middle of something. Vast oversimplification, but
All those desert begonias.
yeah.
is that a
Oh.
euphemism, preacher?
No,
Mm.
I don't. I'm trying to think of sexual plants, but I'm gonna have to leave that for another time.
It's almost as bad as you talking about bread.
Are you calling me graceless, Miss McKay?
I didn't have to. You just did.
Fair.
Mm.
And by the grace of God, go I. He starts to walk away.
You guys are having this conversation, Pearl Galloway is like, I think that the woman who owns the brothel paints a lot of flowers that look an awful lot like something else, but that's not my business.
Oh, Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia.
Is her name
Georgia
actually
O'Keeffe.
Georgia?
It is, in fact, Georgia. This joke has been here since the first episode.
Oh my God.
Never quite made it.
These goons will have to stop in on that brothel when we fix the town.
But yeah, you guys can pick up anything you want from Pearl. She certainly will kind of be like, is everything okay? Like, I saw that there was something going on outside.
Yeah, you should worry.
We're working on.
Comforting.
We are
We
working
are.
on getting things figured out. There was some trouble up at the church. That has been handled for now, at least. But we're gonna check in with Samuel just about what the plan is gonna be first before we spread that word just yet. But
Okay, that's good, thank you. If there's anything I can do, I'm quite a good healer, and I've got the teleportation circle and all that. I mean, I'm not the most offensive. Well, I don't mean offensive. I mean, I'm not very good at offense, but if there's anything I can do to help, then please let me know.
I'm quite good
Of
at
course.
offense.
absolutely.
Yes, you are. I have seen a number of your fights outside my shop, and you are very, very good at offense.
That had some double meaning to it, which was great.
Yes. Well, I hope you keep doing a good job because I've won quite a bit of gold off of betting on your matches. Anyway,
Yes.
We'll do better. A good idea.
Mal is like, do you have any incense that you'd be willing to donate, or any diamond?
I assume you mean for spellcasting, unless you just really like having a fragrant home. Yeah,
No,
I've got quite a bit. Sorry.
No, he just likes being incensed.
Yeah.
He seems like he has a pretty even temper to me, but you know.
Amity just swats Claire.
I think I've got a bit I can part with. I like all of you, and you're doing a lot for the town. If there's anything I can do for you, I can probably, well, donate to the cause, or at least give you a bit of a deal.
If you have, if you would be willing to give me a steep discount, I need 1,000 gold worth of incense.
Oh dear, that's quite a lot. I did just get a shipment in though. That it's a bit. It works fine. It just sort of fell apart. It got kind of wet, so I think it'll work just fine. It's just unsellable. You know how it is. You just sometimes have to write things off as a loss. And she'll sort of bustle into the back and pick up this like large cardboard box full of like incense that's falling apart.
Okay. I have 500 gold.
Why don't you just give me 100?
Oh. Are you sure?
I'm not going to be able to sell it. I mean, you're doing me a favor.
Okay. He absolutely gives her 100 gold for 1,000 gold worth of incense.
Was there
Do you
anything
have
else?
any diamond dust?
Or anything in the way of healing potions.
Healing potions I
For
can
when
do.
this
Diamond dust I
one
can do.
Finds
was there
himself
something-
knocked out.
I can do all of those. Was there something you wanted? And she looks at Willow.
Oh yeah, the 20 remaining gold worth of ink. Which I guess that's all she needed.
I think you wanted chalk, but
Chalk. Yeah.
yeah, no, chalk I can do. Chalk for free. Just take that. I don't mind.
Oh.
I've got more than enough chalk. There's a chalk quarry that a friend of mine lives near. It's not an important thing. Anyway, and she accumulates all of these goods. She's like, all right, the health potions are a little harder to make. I can't let them go at the same kind of discount that I can.
No, of
the
course, yeah.
incense, but I can give them to you for 30 gold apiece. I only have 3 though.
Think we'll take them all, yeah. Sylvia will just
Alright.
put the gold down for those.
Sure, okay, that'll be 90, 100 for that. The chalk you can just take. Is there anything else?
Do you have 300 gold worth of diamond?
Right, the diamond. Yes, I can do that. And she sort of bustles around some more. She's got like a little safe in the back that she keeps the like more valuable gemstones and stuff in, and she'll open that up and kind of pull out a bunch of like chunks and shards and sort of like, it's not quite diamond dust, but it seems like what's left over when you make like nicer diamonds. And she'll sort of sift through it and put it on a scale and weigh it, and the whole, you know, you guys can watch her bustle around. And she'll go, all right, this is, normally I would sell this for about 300, but again, I'm trying to hopefully protect the town, and I'm going to guess that this is probably your backup plan. So, let's call it another 100?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Nal's gonna give her like 150. Like, it's just fucking highway robbery at this point.
Sweetheart, you don't have to pay me extra.
No, it's... Okay. Thank you.
I'm hoping, I'm guessing at least, that this is just in case somebody needs it, so don't worry about it. All right, if that's everything, then I suppose good luck.
All right.
We'll keep you posted on what's going on.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Head on
Alright,
out, go
headed.
find Samuel.
All right. In fact, it's quite easy to find him because when you guys leave the shop, you can see him stepping into his office. He didn't really notice you guys, but you see him across the way, and it's, across the catty corner.
That's mighty convenient.
Small town, everything's
Whistle.
stuck together.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Totally would loud whistle at him, as I cannot do in real life, but Amity could totally do.
You're saving us the audio levels. And
Yes.
so he'll kind of start a little bit and kind of look over and see you guys and pause and sort of hold up his hand and wave and wait for you to catch up to him. Good evening. I assume you took care of that mess.
Took care of one mess, found out about another.
And it's a worse mess, I would say, by a
Yeah.
lot. You're just watching
Yeah.
like a rat scurry by with a bunch of other rats doing rat stuff.
He glances at the rats sort of distractedly. Something happened up there, didn't it?
Miss Elizabeth
Yeah.
is no longer with us.
Right. I felt it. The Zyra's power. There was always a power about that church, and I guess now I understand where it was coming from, but I don't feel it anymore.
There was some sort of seal, like the other ones that we've found, under the church, and she broke it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
whatever that was holding off.
Yeah. Why don't you all come inside? He sort of looks around the street and gestures all of you guys into his office. He sort of rubs his temple. It seems like he has a bit of a headache. I've been talking to the folk in town. They're very worried, but it seems like something's coming. We knew that already, but I think that our timeline is much shorter now.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think if people in town had sense, they'd be going the same way as the critters.
I don't disagree with you. I was toying with evacuating the folk I could tonight. Or at least telling them if they're
Yeah.
able to get out, if they're able to head west or north or anywhere safe, that maybe they should.
Happy to help with that, yeah.
Pearl would be able to help as well. She's got that teleportation circle. She could send some folk to, well, any number of neighboring towns. She can only do it so many times, but... Or she could send all of you somewhere, if you wanted to go. But, I don't know, honestly, my visions have been getting worse. I told you guys that, but I just have a bad feeling now.
I think Sylvia will pull the letter from Vance out from, like, breast pocket of her vest. And then just kind of look to the others. First, you mind if we fill him in on everything?
I don't mind.
Willa? Claire? Amity?
Let's go
Sure.
for it.
Alright, pass the letter over to Samuel for him to read.
If there's anything you don't want me to read, I don't have to.
No, it's fine, just to help you get a full picture of what all we know.
All right. He'll take a moment and read the letter, and then kind of look up at you guys. Well, Vance knew a lot, it seems, and it seems like there's been a lot going on outside the city limits.
Sounds like.
This lines up actually with a couple of things that my mama said in her diary. She said that Zyra had friends, other folk that she worked with that were powerful as they were. And that I guess, well, I mentioned, I think, that in the end Zyra sacrificed themselves. But they did so alone, trying to hold back a demon, I assume the same, while the others repaired well, not repaired, I guess now they need repairing. They at the time were making them, the seals around the Badlands. But if what Vance says is true, and if what we've seen is true, then I don't know, maybe they're gone now. Maybe there's nothing left holding that door closed.
That's what it seems like, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we reinstitute them.
I mean, is there time for that, or do we just go
Yeah.
to whatever is being opened and
make our stand.
yeah?
Well, that message said that this would be the last place. And, well, Miss Claire said that she believes someone is on her way, and my letter says, when my brother arrives, which leads me to believe that everyone's already on their way here.
It sounds like that's just trouble
Yeah.
more than it is assistance.
No,
Honestly.
I don't mean assistance. I mean that the vet, I think, might be coming to us rather than us going somewhere.
You know, not to bring up an old plan, but booby traps. People, they're gonna come into town. They're gonna fall in a tiger pit. That's all I'm
I
saying.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
If we can get all the innocents evacuated out of here, then I think that is a sound plan, actually, Miss
Yeah,
Amity.
fortify the hell out of this place.
Maybe so, but I can't help feeling like we should try to stop the door being opened at all.
Do you think that's possible?
I don't know.
Because if it
Honestly.
ain't, if it's a lost cause, then would we be wasting our energy that we could be using to prepare for whatever hell is coming here?
Honestly, you all have gotten a lot more done in the last few weeks than I have. I'm willing to go along with whatever plan you think is best.
Is there time to do both? Do we know exactly?
Honestly, I doubt it. I got a feeling, and I do mean that kind of feeling, that something is coming tomorrow. We'll be safe tonight. We can... Well, it looks like all of you need a little bit of time to sleep Elizabeth off, but if there's anything that you want to do, I think you probably only have tonight.
Claire?
Yeah, I was basically gonna come to that conclusion because we know that there has been a seal that was broken in Rose Lake. We know that
Yeah.
there is a seal that is broken in that church. I'm going out on a limb and guessing that each of these seals are probably Enoth, Azon, Zyra, and the Stranger as the seals. And those are what was keeping out Balvanel.
I think so. I think Azon was one that Tess was put in town. But same difference. Meaning, I don't think that was a seal that was broken. I think that was one that is doing the breaking.
I think Mal is right. The demons are trying to get rid of the seals. The seals themselves, generally marked with a saint's sign, they're holy sites, holy places like our church. And they've been desecrated, unhallowed.
But you're right. I wish we could do both. But, what do we do to fortify the town then? Is it set up a bunch of snake pits? Are we digging trenches? Because I have in mind to try and fix that seal in the middle of the church, then at least we'd have one side of hallowed ground where we wouldn't be able to get hurt.
Well, I mean that, and then we can use that as like a high ground attack from there also.
Yeah.
True.
And that's a smaller area to fortify, especially if we can get people out of here. So maybe
Yeah.
you and me get on seal fixing, and everyone else gets on evacuation.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Do we need to see about recruiting Virgil's sister to help in that effort? Also, where maybe try to call Nikolai back?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like maybe some light conscripting of people who are capable would not be the worst thing that anyone's ever done.
Yeah. Those who are able and willing.
Here's a concept. You think we can put Nikolai on ex-girlfriend? See if maybe she can do some retcon. That was her job for Vance. Might be able to give us a heads up when someone's coming in.
No.
Do the same for Virgil, see if he can scry.
Be worth it?
And alternatively, if we get them all here, do we just want them rested and like ready to go?
Yeah.
There are a lot of folk who will help. I'm happy to go around town and see if anyone's willing. Anyone I think is strong enough in this case.
Yeah, you'd probably know best. Who would
Honestly,
be
you
able
said-
to.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say a lot of the townsfolk I honestly would not put up against anything resembling a demon, but yeah. Anyone who's willing to volunteer, we can certainly ask to help. I think people matter more than buildings in the end. I think you're all right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think it'd be much harder to protect a whole town than it would be a smaller site. I think it could also be worth, I don't know, seeing if we can stop it. It's up to you.
Samuel, you said you had another vision about it being tomorrow. What did you see?
I saw something coming from the east, from the Badlands, which
Makes sense since everything's going the opposite direction of there.
Yeah.
I agree. There've long been legends about evil things out there. Maybe they're a little more than legend.
But
Modern
also,
legends have a base in fact.
yeah, and also if it's coming tomorrow, we're not real capable of as a group stopping things at the moment.
Yeah.
It's time to sue. Everyone's still like bloodied and
Yeah.
yeah.
Quite honestly, I think you should all
One
probably
hit
take a
point.
rest. Yeah, Hell claps Sylvia on the shoulder and you can heal for 5 hit points, but
Oh, thanks.
don't want you keeling over, you know.
I appreciate that, yeah.
It's like
But I
steps in a
imagine-
pothole and dies.
Honestly, yeah.
Don't want you getting a paper cut or anything, but
Yeah, paper cut might take me out at this point.
I think all of you should take tonight to rest, to heal any final business you have around here. I'll go around, I'll ask who's willing to help, ask them to meet me here tomorrow, I don't know, mid-morning, and we'll make a plan.
When did your vision say that something was coming? Sun up, sun down, sun mid-high, sun cover of night,
High
2
noon
PM
is
siesta.
It weren't that specific, but if I had to guess, I think that we might start seeing smaller stuff a little earlier on, but something bigger a little later, a little slower.
Alright.
There was just a sense of a rumbling, I guess, that the door needed to open before something big could step through. I wish I could tell you something a little clearer, but sometimes these visions are like that, just a sense of texture. We have time, but not very much.
As long as we have time, we'll use the time. last thing, was there anything in your mom's visions that seemed to kind of help?
I told you about Zyra as much as I could. My mama's journal unfortunately errs on the side of personal feeling, reaction to stuff that was going on more than an accurate recounting of it. It seems like Zyra told her a lot of stories about nothing and everything. It's strange to think about saints just being normal folk like us, but... well, I suppose legend gets attached to normal people all the time. And sometimes they end up being a little more than that. A little more than mortal.
That one's a little hard for me to believe. But we'll let you go.
Alright, I'll see you back here tomorrow. And he'll sort of clap Mal on the shoulder, since I think he's kind of standing closest to Mal. And he startles, actually, and kind of his hand recoils a little bit. And he gives Mal kind of a weird look. And Mal, I believe your passive perception is stupidly high.
It's a 22.
Right? Oh, yeah. So I am not going to even have you roll for this. You notice as he pulls his hand away that there's a symbol that sort of glows briefly on his palm.
I thought you were going to supernatural me for a second, and I almost lost my goddamn mind.
You know, wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, God. Mal will grab his wrist real quick.
He kind of gives Mal a weird look.
And like he lets go real fast, but sort of looks at it and looks at him. What does it look like, DM?
It.
Willow is smacking Claire, going, "They're flirting!"
Wall of fire now.
What?
Don't you dare.
I'm out of spell slots.
You don't have
Passive
any
perception
fire?
22.
Passive perception 22.
Precipitates a small flame.
Mal looks over and is like, huh.
You would have noticed that it was Zyra's symbol.
Okay.
But
He's still looking at him like...
Yeah, they're giving each other the weird look. And Samuel kind of sighs and he's like, sorry, I wasn't really expecting to feel Zyra's power in you. There's something a little, I don't know. You run into them lately?
Yeah, said a quick prayer before we walked into battle, but you're starting to sound like somebody who's trying to convert me to some kind of church. Now, what?
I'm not trying to convert you to anything. You said you saw them?
Yeah, I tried to summon them to stop the stone from breaking.
Well,
They came down and just put the fire out in the church, so at least the building's all right, but they said they couldn't help, couldn't stop it.
well, I gotta tell you, I think there's still a little something of them lingering around you. I saw something when I touched your shoulder just now. A candle with Zyra's symbol on it. And the rising sun.
Hey, there's a candle in my room.
We all also have the ethereal candles.
Mm-hmm.
Willow, by the way, is walking around them, not being subtle, but she is dropping all of her cards, so they're like making like a salt circle but of cards. And she is standing confidently on the outside, so they're encircled with cards.
Mal looks down and like doesn't touch them with his foot, but kind of pulls his foot back and then looks up at her.
At least
Yeah,
the
Sammy
circle.
also doing kind of one of these, like, what?
I just like lean over to Claire. think she's ensorceling them.
Help.
I know that is a word, but when you say it, it just sounds like nonsense. And
But I mean,
but also she's a warlock, not a sorcerer, so she's kind of not in sorcerer.
in warlocking them.
She's in warlocking them. Mm-hmm.
Not mean, but she is. What weird shit are you doing, Willow? As she like walks past, I just hiss it at her.
She is in war popping locking them.
Don't.
Help. Willow, I need you to drop it. What is going on?
Can't leave the circle. It's like it's caught on fire, and she starts stepping out of the store.
What in God's name is she doing?
This
I just-
Great question. I don't even register her playing with cars anymore.
I just shrug and follow Willow out.
Are the kites on fire?
Not yet.
Oh no.
Will, if you commit arson, I swear to God.
As long as they don't leave the circle, it's fine. It's on them.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, we just said that people are more important than buildings, so it's just going to be a little arson.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Sylvie's walking out.
Can't wait to clip this one.
He just kind of gives Mal a look like,
Val is also like, I don't know, affectionate. He's a little red.
On the outside, Willow pulls out her candle. Like, oh, I hope they didn't need a candle because I got one.
Yeah, Mal's also gonna pull his candle out. Does it have a symbol on it?
nope.
He puts it back in the mystery pocket where he keeps his things.
I wish I could give you more than that, but it was just a flash.
All right, well, maybe I'll go at this and pray again and see if I can summon them. Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you if I am able to contact them, but we're gonna go. You're rounding up people. I'm gonna go back up to the church. I have a body to bury.
Yes, you do. You're a kind man, Malcolm. Thank you for taking care of the town. And for all you've done for all of us here. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Gay panic.
Now's your moment.
Mal is kind of standing there like a little. He hasn't heard thank you very much in his life. That was quite so genuine. You have done a lot more for me in this town than I have seen before, so I should probably be thanking you more than anything else.
Seems both of us are more than happy to give a grave to people we don't really know. And he'll kind of nod and gently step out of the card circle.
Yeah, Mal also gently step out of card circle. Looks very soft, is leaving. Meets everyone outside and he's beat fucking red. Like the most sweaty, like sticky, just very red individual.
You alright there, preacher?
You look a little flushed. Hot around the collar.
I'm alright. He's like pulling it off and like putting it in his pocket and like walking towards the church.
Well, the fire worked. Willow calls back her cards, starts shuffling, and follows.
Yeah, Samuel definitely was like starting to pick up the cards, and then they all just like disappear, and he's like, okay, and like kind of just goes back to what he's doing.
Sure,
all right.
problem solved.
What do you guys want to get up to?
I'm great.
Me and Mal were going to look at the seal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Do you all want to go up to the church? You want to? You've got the night. So if there's anything you want to take care of or anything you want to do, let me know.
Sylvie's gonna focus on helping with the evacuation.
Okay. Yeah, then like kind of in passing, honestly, Samuel probably tried to get the cards and then didn't, and he was like, and kind of like left, and you can see him start to kind of talk to people and like visit shops and visit like people who live downtown, and kind of talk to them and do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to join him in doing that, you easily.
Yeah, I think that's what Sylvie will be doing. Yeah, she'll just kind of like ask for like, okay, how are you doing this? What's the plan? All right, cool. I'll go take this half. You take that half. We'll meet up in the middle. Take care of what else is left. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's generally sort of erring on the like minimal information, but like, hey, you should probably, for your own safety, like, if you're able to go somewhere, you should. If you're not, we'll try to find a safe place for you, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, following that lead.
He appreciates the help. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. So the rest of you guys going up to the church? Yeah.
Sure. I can
Sure.
lift things.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay.
Okay, so things are generally as you left them. The church is quite.
Claire and Willow had like 2 seconds of like, we can totally come up with some idea for traps and like protecting the town, and like a whole 10 seconds of silence goes between them, and they're like, no, we need more brains, and they follow.
Yeah, they're vibing in the back, being like, so what if we,
I mean,
if we dug a big
holes.
trench?
We could dig holes.
And then set the holes on fire.
Well, we could fill the holes with like tar or some.
That's true.
Maybe we could get some cooking oil from Steep.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Other things that or alcohol.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Let's yell back, Molotov cocktails.
Oh yeah, that's well. I do still have
I
the old
mean,
bandolier liquor bottles.
Yeah, we need more of those, though. Everyone gets a bandolier of liquor bottles once we
Also-
evacuate Steep.
Bandages, water,
Tigers.
bears.
Oh my.
Oh my. Yes. All right. You guys climb the hill back up to the church, and it looks pretty much as you left it. The wood's a little warm.
That is what she said.
Nice.
The
Quick question, just for my sake
Yes.
before we continue on. All right, so it's coming from the east, correct?
Yes.
There's a bridge on the east side of town that crosses the river.
Yeah. So you guys know about the two bridges. There's one that's like a little bit more north and a little bit more south that you have you've seen both before. So the southern one is over by the Tabaxi lesbians of ancient lore, and then the northern one is where you originally ran into Nikolai and like saw the symbol and like dealt with the Strathmore issue and like all that stuff.
Thank you.
So the one with the symbol is northward. Is it northeast?
It
I'm guessing
is
that maybe both had
yes.
symbols. Just Nikolai showed us the north one,
Just the one.
maybe.
Hmm.
Because she like literally pulled back the river for us to see it.
I'm wondering, and this is out of character, but I could say it to Willow, if you would be able to push back the river and see whether or not that symbol is still there.
If we hit it with enough Eldritch Blast, probably. I'm guessing because this Eldritch Blast is force damage, and she's got the repelling, and it's already moving quite slow.
Maybe.
Otherwise,
What I'm gonna try and do here is I'm gonna try and hallow this ground.
ooh.
Maybe if I can summon enough, I might try and talk to Zyra first, considering what Samuel said to me. But if I can restore this symbol, if it's lucky, if it works, then maybe a good fortification would be to restore any symbols if they're broken at the bridges.
That's a good idea.
Maybe. We can do the church first. I'm spitballing.
You're walking up the hill, you're spitballing ideas, you're figuring stuff out. So you guys make it to the top of the hill. Is there anything specific you are looking for, doing?
Does there seem to be any sort of residual things
Can you...
that need to be cleared? I guess we would clear the debris, I suppose.
Okay.
The stone in the middle. There's a hole in the floor, right?
Yes, so some of the floorboards have been pulled up to reveal a sort of large block of sandstone that had Zyra's symbol carved into it. When you first saw it, it did seem to be glowing. It is not doing so now. You would also remember that Willow had detected magic in this space and did not notice that the stone was magical at the time.
Okay. And that was after the fight, right?
Yes.
And is the stone something that was moved here, or was it just like a piece of the bedrock that's been carved?
So it does seem like it has been specifically placed. It
Okay.
also seems like it has been there for a very long time. Based on the age of the church, you could probably guess that people didn't even necessarily know it was under there. There are other stones used in the foundation. It may have been laid with the original foundation.
You know.
Everyone knows what the different symbols look like, correct? So we know what Zyra's symbol looks like.
I'm happy to bring up a Roll20 if you would like a refresher.
I know what they look like.
Okay.
Does Willow know what they look like?
Oh, I'm sure she does.
Okay,
Mal
Willow,
has them all in a notebook, so if you need to reference, you can reference.
she's got like the weird memory thing. So she's gonna sit down and take out her ethereal candle and start etching in Zyra's symbol into the candle.
Okay.
Well.
All right.
Mal does his thing.
Cool.
Assume me and Claire are just like in the hole trying to push the rock back together.
And I, on that note, I would love to investigate to kind of see if there's like magic that I can do to heal it now, or if that's something I need to wait for tomorrow for, because I am out of spell slots. Almost. I have like my seconds.
Well, you tell me if you have any magic that you want to cast here.
I'm looking for like a religion check.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Trying to see.
Stone
Looking for a
vibe check.
Bargain
Yeah.
hollow here.
Like, is it cursed?
Discount?
Or is it like de-magicked, basically?
Why don't you roll me a... I'll give you religion or intelligence. Anybody who wants to, in terms of figuring out what you can do about the rock.
Religion or intelligence? Both of those are. Oh, no.
Natural one for Willow.
Ooh.
Got a 17.
Natural 11 for 14.
Let's just concentrating really hard on being precise with this symbol.
So wait, I had a 14. What did Willow get? 17 for Mel.
Look at a 0.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. So, Mal, you were looking at it and you're like, that's sure a rock. If I had a spell that could repair things, any normal objects, I could repair this normal object. There isn't something like special that you need to do. Like it's a broken rock. If you have any spells that can repair it, then
I can mend it. Can I mend it back together? Like a foot by foot? Because mending is 1 square foot of material, so it would take me a little bit.
It'll take you a little bit of time. Sure, if you could get these goons to push the 2 halves together.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
that was our best idea. Squish it. Play-Doh.
All right,
Mal is inconveniently asking you please to just endure the like curl that you just hold with like a 50 fucking pound dumbbells while he's like healing it.
Well, I just got a 22 on athletics just for funsies, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to
I'll
tell you
roll
to
that.
do me like an athletics or a strength over here. Anybody who wants to be in on this, so...
Natural 1 on my
Claire's-
no dice.
No.
Yep.
Claire's doing all the heavy lifting here.
Yeah, Claire's really... Yeah, so we got a 22, we got a 1. Who else is helping?
Sylvie, this thing is heavy as fuck.
Sylvie's with...
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
She's
Yeah,
damn it.
Sylvie's
I mean,
not
she'll probably make her way up there eventually, but not just yet.
I know.
My arms are just shaking. Willow, get over here with your noodle arms.
Just gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at it and repel it.
If we push it 10 feet, is that equivalent to a
To
poundage?
Claire's. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You could have just used your hands, chick. Come on.
Hydraulic press.
I mean, I'm trying.
She'll come over and
Gently push.
what did I
All right.
roll?
Just because Claire got a 22, I'm gonna let this happen. All right, you guys have some false starts where you're trying to figure out how to get the rocks together, and it doesn't work initially. And then Claire's like, "All right, you know what?" and like dusts her hands off and is like, "You fucking idiots," and like does pretty much all of it for long enough for Mal to slowly stitch the rock back together.
Willow's like leaning up against on the other side, still drawing on the candle.
Yeah, Ebony just like took out from nowhere like a glass of lemonade and a fan and like a folding chair and is just watching Claire do stuff.
Sunglasses. Nike
Oh
specs.
yeah,
Good
I wear
shit.
my sunglasses at night. Yes. All right, the rock is repaired. You've done it.
Was the symbol etched?
It was carved into the rock. It is now still carved into the rock.
But it's fucked up.
Its status has not changed.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, Claire. You're very strong, very capable. It should hold now.
Willow's gonna put the candle on top of it, like in the middle of the room, and then throw a card at it and prestidigitate it to light up.
Okay. So the candle illuminates, as it has before. You guys probably remember that it has a approximately a 5-foot bright radius and a 5-foot dim radius. That being said, Willow throws the card and it sort of goes poof, and the candle lights up. And standing in the radius of the candle is an individual who Mal has seen before, but the rest of you have not, who has sort of shoulder-length, curly, dark hair, brownish, medium brownish hair, and seems somewhat serious but friendly in sort of stature and expression towards you, and they kind of nod to Willow.
I was
Smells
just
like-
being an ass. Roll initiative.
No, Mel stumbles backwards and like whaps Willow real hard and then like grabs her in like a half hug and is like, it's them.
She like goes flying because girl weighs nothing and is pulled back in like, oh god, whiplash.
I'm sorry. I really need to stop doing that to you.
And you can all see this person. It's not just Willow. Yeah.
Mal's very excited about this. Saint Zara. Hi.
Hello. Well, I'm glad you figured out a way to speak to me. I've been waiting.
Well, that was a lot easier than Samuel made it seem. I thought we were going to have to carve a rising sun into that candle as well.
Well, it seems that things have gone rather badly lately. And now I have to ask for all of your help. One more time.
Well, we're fixing the town. What is it that you need?
I need you to do more than fix the town. I need you to save all of us. I was able to do so a very long time ago, but my power is fading from this world. I can no longer protect everything that I ever loved and all the people who deserve it. Balvanel is coming. The 5 seals that we laid down originally have broken. The minions, the servants of Balvanel's underlings, Azon, Enoth, and all of the mortals that they convinced to work for them. Well, they broke the last one here tonight. And so we have no choice left but to make sure that Balvanel either doesn't make it through that door or is destroyed permanently. There's very little left that I can do for you, but I'll do what I can.
Well, we were working on fortifying the town, and we assumed that something's coming here.
He will, eventually. But the door is out in the Badlands, in the center of that barren place.
So there's a chance?
There might be. That man that you know as Vance Graves, I think by now you've put together that he made a deal with Balvanel a very long time ago, when he was a much younger man. He promised Balvanel half of his life, and I think he always thought that meant that he would die. He was wrong. It just means that now the other half of his life, Balvanel can use for whatever they want. And I assume that means that, well, it'll be Vance trying to open that door.
God fucking damn it, Amity was right.
Fucking vampire! What? So he has a head start that it seems a little insurmountable, especially since I need a nap.
Well, Vance ran very far in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that's...
So you have a little bit of time. Not much, but you have some.
Just to clarify, he went in the opposite direction because he was trying to run, and now he's just getting like forcibly called back because of this deal. I mean, in an accent.
Yes.
I'll ask that question out loud.
That is very precisely what I mean. Vance has spent a very long time running from his own bargain. He was unwilling to give up his own power, though he could have, and I don't know. I suppose he thought maybe there was a way for him to avoid all this. He thinks he's better than, well, just about everybody and everything else.
We got that picture. Yeah.
Guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be easier if I explained what happened to me a very long time ago.
Can Sylvie walk in at this point, please?
Sure.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought
cool.
you were here. Holy shit.
Nah, nah.
I can't believe we have to fight.
Who the hell is
some kind
this?
of
What?
attack.
Huh? Hold on. What? What's going on?
It's Saint Zara.
Oh, all right, cool, great. Fill Sylvie in. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Quick, roll initiative.
Just get in on
They'll
this.
nod to Sylvie and they do not
Hold
seem
on.
surprised.
May I ask
So-
one question?
Wait. Sorry. Repeat that, DM.
They don't seem surprised this
Okay,
walked in.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Chill.
What was your question?
Zara, this may be a rabbit hole thing, but just one quick question. What is the heart of this town?
The heart of this town? How do you mean?
Well, when the church was burning, like Blackriver would be the last to fall, as in the last seal. The ominous message that we had ended with its heart may yet be born again from the ashes. So is there something in this church that we could use in this fight?
I suppose I can't speak to what that spirit meant to communicate to you necessarily, but if I had to guess, I imagine it was this stone. The symbols have power, you see. They sometimes mark a person who has agreed to act on behalf of something more than mortal, be it evil or not. The same rules apply to saints like me or the others, my friends. Or sometimes they mark an object. They allow our power to act on the material plane, on the world of the living, even though we're no longer there. So these seals we designed to outlast us, to keep the door into Balvinel's realm closed. They're like locks in that way. So once all of the locks are unlocked, somebody can open the door. Someone like Vance, once he gets there. But he is still only mortal. And he can only move as quickly or act in the way that he can, with or without Balvinel's help.
Do you think that it would be worth it to try and cut him off the pass? Stop Vance from opening that door at all, or is that a lost cause?
I do think it's worth it. I think you might be able to stop him. But once you stop him, or if you're able to force him back through the door, it'll need to be locked again. These seals need to be repaired, or else Balvinel will simply continue to send more servants to undo the work that you've done.
Other than this one in the church, what do we need to fix?
There are 5 in total. There's the one here. There's one in Rose Lake. There should have been one in Strathmore, although that's been moved. And there was one in Rattle Hill. I believe there still is. And then the last is in a place called the Church of the Stranger, which is placed far out in the desert to the southeast, on the other side of the Badlands.
You think Nikolai knows where that is?
I imagine that she does. She's likely able to repair it. In fact, any caster who's a strong enough magic user can repair these. But it takes time, and Valvanel's servants will try to stop you. So those of you who can't cast may be called upon to protect. You'll have to work together. Not just all of you, but anyone that you can find. If you can repair... I apologize, what?
He said the one in Rattle Hill's okay.
No, that would have been broken along with all the others.
Yeah, they're
said
all
it.
broken.
It might not.
It exists. The seal, they need to be repaired, not recreated.
No way. I understand.
I apologize for misspeaking. Yes.
No, I was clarifying. Thanks.
It's simple enough. You need an unbroken stone to begin with, so you've all completed that step already. And then you hold the symbol of the saint that you serve in your mind and place your magic into the stone on their behalf. It takes time and a fair amount of energy. But
How
it's
long?
manageable. Well,
It's a bit quicker. 3 people are doing it at once.
Yeah, like what's a fair amount of energy, mechanically speaking?
Give me a short rest, I'll be fine.
It is a total amount of spell slots that, yes, multiple people can do this at once.
Time-wise, how long does it take?
Mechanically speaking, it will take multiple rounds, but there are, as indicated, things that might try to stop you from doing so.
Give me a short rest, I can start this shit. This is gonna belong to the weirdo.
So it's a bit of a puzzle. You'll need to decide where to put your resources, although you have quite a few of them. People, I think, who are frankly willing to help.
Yeah, I think we have the whole town.
Yeah.
If we look at this stone, can we gather how many spell slots it takes? Or how many spell level... How much power it takes? Like, what is the actual level of spell required?
And can we start now?
We should
Willow
probably
sits down.
rest first.
Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but
spell slots from the rest of the day. If that would get us our head start, and then we can restart tomorrow.
We should rest first because I'm at 7 HP and Sylvie's at 6.
I'm at 6. Yeah,
So-
I ain't doing so hot.
If we
On
get attacked
a scale
while
of
doing
like 1 to
stuff-
80, on a scale of 1 to 80, I'm at about a 6.
No, I'm on a scale of 1 to 60. I'm at a 5, so I'm inclined
So you
to
need
agree.
sleep too, then, preacher.
But what if I started now?
Well,
It's
And I'm at 41.
That might draw some attention, is what it sounds
yeah, we
like.
may
That's
get
a good point.
attacked during this thing.
Yeah.
Zyra, is there a guarantee that we're gonna get attacked if we try?
I think Claire is right. It's likely to draw attention.
But also,
All right.
Mal, I know you may not want to do it, but it may be a good time too to reach out to your family and see if they can't get their shit together and take care of the one at Rattle Hill.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We can
World at stake and all.
try to see if Nikolai can go get the one out there, maybe send
Virgil might be able to do
Virgil and
something.
his sister, yeah.
yeah, I'm thinking somebody more like maybe like the sheriff along to somebody to protect while she's casting
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
or something.
We're gonna maybe want Nikolai to send us to the Church of the Stranger. If that's where Vance going, that's maybe the one that we want to get.
Vance is likely to be in the deep desert, somewhere in the middle, not to be confused, of course, with the Church of the Stranger, but that's only a seal. It's not the doorway.
Never mind. Then, yeah, Nikolai that way.
Originally, the Church of the Stranger was meant to be hidden. Nobody knew where it was, and he lived there alone, protected it so that nobody would ever find it. They're all protected in different ways, or they were intended to be. But it seems most of those protections have fallen now.
So if we close the door or push Vance back inside, then does that buy us time and we can have a couple of days to seal everything back up, or does it all have to be done within 24 hours?
Ideally, it's all done as quickly as possible. When we did this many centuries ago, I stood alone against Balvinel to give the others time to finalize all of the seals all at once, so that if I was able to push Balvinel back through the door, they could lock it behind them. But I lost my life in the process because I was alone. It was, well, I was willing to sacrifice myself. I don't regret it. I've always wanted to protect this town, and now I must ask all of you to do so in my place. In fact, if you're to repair this symbol or any of the others, you'll need to agree to bear my symbol, unless you already bear that of another being strong enough, as some of you do.
Are we talking like tattoos?
I've never been very much of a fan of marking people permanently just to serve my ends. It's less tangible than that. You might see it sometimes when you cast magic on my behalf, but no, you won't be marked in a visible way.
Invisible ink tattoos. Got it.
Does that apply to
Well.
everyone or just those who will be using magic?
Well, if you all agree, I can give you the very, very last of the magic that I have to make you a little bit stronger. All of you.
Willow's gonna fan her cards and then pull one and see if Felix has anything to say about the matter.
If she's deliberately trying to summon Felix here, she'll hear kind of a chuckle in her ear. And he's like, oh, listen, they were talking about folks who already have a patron. That's you.
That's what I thought.
All right.
You got the power to boot to, if I don't know if I'm the one, for whatever reason.
You're the one making the shots. I'm just here to see what happens.
Yeah, but do you have the backup power to, like, hold it together?
Listen, have a little more faith in yourself.
Oh, I believe in myself completely to, like, hit it and set it on fire and, push things away or make it go down. I can't lock a door. I usually unlock doors.
Leans over to Claire. Who the hell is she talking to?
I don't know. She's been doing that lately.
I'm frozen.
and-
You hear shit. Move slower.
Let me spell it out plainly for you, Willow. I just think that luck is interesting. I like chaos. That's it. You're the one who gets to decide whether you switch things around for better or worse.
Okay, so if they need my help, I need to change teams, is what you're telling me.
No.
Oh.
You can stay on the
No,
team
I
if you like. In fact, I'd rather like that if you did. It's really boring otherwise.
Oh, good.
Although I do have to tell you, if you're planning on running, you probably should soon.
It was in my thoughts. I got the escape route through the path, a nice little jaunt through the window. We're good.
All right. Well, good luck. You don't have to say yes. And he'll stop talking to you.
Hey, DM,
Yes.
does Lupe count?
Are you asking this in or out of character?
Out of character. Mal is a man of few words, but we'll pull his rosary out.
I don't think Mal knows the answer to that question.
Motherfucker. Stop making my OC speak.
On the friend, Willow just did.
Yeah, you know what? At her bravery, I think that he's gonna look at Zyra and say, "Your friend Lupita."
What of her?
Do you think bearing her symbol instead would do the same?
They smile very softly at Malcolm and nod. Yes, I do. She's been looking over you for a very long time.
Well, then I'd just like her symbol instead of yours, if that's all right.
Well, you already know it.
Since when?
Why don't you... why don't you roll me a history check?
You're killing me. Affection. I'm deeply excited. That's a natural 4. With the history, that's a 6.
Spare the dying, buddy.
Yeah, basically.
So Mal
I think I heal from that.
Mal looks super confused. I imagine he's kind of just like giving them the "what do you mean" kind of look.
Yeah, it's the very small dog, the greyhound scared look.
Shaking in a sweater.
Zyra sort of chuckles and reaches out and sort of gently like touches his head. He doesn't really necessarily feel anything. They're not tangible, but like the gesture is there. And he remembers suddenly a series of images. A stained glass window in his church when he was a younger man, or even quite recently. And a design stitched into his grandmother's skirt when he was young, a window in his childhood bedroom, all of them bearing a sort of similar design, even if it was set into other pieces or colors or lines. A sort of series of 5 interlocked circles on a cross. And he realizes that symbol has been appearing throughout his life.
Mal kind of nods. And goes, I know what to do.
They nod back and then look at everybody else and they say, as for the rest of you, I ask little enough of you other than, well, the obvious, I suppose. It is, of course, a choice. You can say no now or at any time in the future.
Well, I'm walking away from this and I'll take any help I can get.
All right. What about the other 2 of you?
Kind of just looks at Amity.
She just like has her eyes closed and is kind of like listening to the wind. It just gives it a minute. and goes. Feel like more help is more help. I guess.
I promise I will not hurt you. It's the very last blessing that I can give. But if you all agree, and they'll sort of raise their hands to all of you in a sort of all-encompassing gesture, and somewhere on your body, up to you, is a small glowing mark of Zyra that fades into the skin almost immediately. And all of you, no matter who you are or who you just spoke to, do me a favor and level up to level 10, which is 2 level ups. You heard me. And we are also going to take a break.
It's a banner day.
All right. So these guys are going to sneakily switch over to their level 10 sheets. We are going to take care of our human needs because we are not D&D robots as much as we wish we were. So we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much. See you in a hot second. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
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 Yeehaw!
We're back. We're feeling spicy. These goons just leveled 2 levels. So now they got a bunch of cool new stuff. They're still not feeling great though. So, welcome back to Blackriver. We have a new cool charity thing going on this month, so you should test that out. You should throw a couple bucks at it and make sure it still works because it's been a couple hours. And we are benefiting some cool folks. Can Jess please remind us who we are benefiting? I believe it's Sinai.
Sinai Health Foundation for Pride Month via Meta, not that Meta. And every time I'm gonna do it, it's the meme. Yeah, they're doing raising money for always for not just Pride Month, but always LGBTQIA. They do specialized research in gender affirming care, as well as basically everybody in the alphabet mafia, kind of making sure that they have both mental and medical coverage that they need, and that the staff are prepared to be able to treat them in very humane and appropriate ways.
Which fucking rocks. As somebody who has interacted a lot with LGBT healthcare providers lately, that is difficult to find, and so I'm so glad that they're doing that. We are also giving away a bunch of super cool minis to a random donator. That's all the little minis that go with the Witchlight set. So that's like a cool hot air balloon, like a bunch of super crazy stuff. It's like Fae circus stuff. Super fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like a fucking displacer beast that has like butterfly wings.
It's so cute.
Yeah. That shit is wild. I was flipping through Witchlight this week, like, what?
Do they have the girl in the mermaid in the ball?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mermaid
that's
in the ball.
fucking cool as hell. So donate to our thing. As little as $1 gets you an entry to win all of those cool things. And thank you so much to the new hosting platform that we're using to collect those donations. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Anyway, let's get back to the game. These goons are talking to a saint who has just blessed a number of them and allowed all of them to level up. So how you
That's over 9,000.
Feeling a little healthier, I hope, if not better rested. So Zyra will nod to all of you, kind of dropping their hands back to their sides after they're done blessing you with their mark. Is there anything else you'd like to know? Any questions you need answered? I know this candle only burns so long, and frankly, my time on this plane is nearly done.
Don't worry, we have like at least one more. I'm willing to do one extra. I'm joking. Sorry.
Quick clarifying question. So when this all went down before, you went to the door and made the stand while you had your friends deal with the seals, correct?
Yes, I did.
Do you feel like that is the best course of action? This time around, us go to the door and we send some casters with some protection to the various places.
I think you've got a very good plan there, actually. I personally, I wish I hadn't been alone in the end, but, well, you all won't be, will you? You'll have each other.
How concerned do you think that we need to be about the casters that are at the different seals? How much trouble do you think that they'll be likely to face?
I think they'll face a fair bit. The door is strange. It cracks a little at a time. Sometimes smaller things, at least in my experience when it happened to us, smaller things leaked through first. Things that were easy to kill, but sometimes numerous, sometimes very strange. And then over time, bigger and bigger things got out, and ultimately Belvanal, the biggest of them all. So this does need to be done fairly quickly, but many of your allies are also, I would say, quite strong.
I think we can find enough people to take care of that then, yeah.
I agree. At least I certainly hope so.
Do they need to know about you or about these other saints explicitly in order to do it, or can we hand them a symbol and say go?
They'll need to know my symbol or the symbol of someone like me. Some of them are already allied. Nikolai, certainly, among others. But as long as they're willing, in this case, to work in my service or the service of another saint, then that should be all they need. And of course, a sufficiently powerful amount of magic.
All right.
But all of you are quite strong. I believe that it's possible that although alone, I don't think any of you could manage this. Together, you might be able to.
Well, I certainly hope so.
I hope so.
Samuel will help you as much as he can. His purpose is not yet fulfilled, but he'll do what he can.
What do you mean by that, by the way? We know that he has visions, but...
Samuel is the last of my descendants, and the last of the protectors of Blackriver. I knew when he was born that my time here was ending. As to his purpose, I can't tell you that.
All right, then.
Better just not be a sacrificial lamb. That's just such a tired trope.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about too, gotta say.
Yeah. It was just every novella I buy in town. That's going on. Tomfoolery.
Well, I'm confused about is Vance supposedly was supposed to save Blackriver, and he's opening up this door. It seems like the opposite of saving.
Well, maybe
Seems
if
like
we
an
go out
anti-prophecy.
there and we ask him real nice,
There we go.
or maybe if we get the sheriff to ask him real nice.
Honestly.
Sure, it's Mal's ears.
Yeah, just sort of like half glances at Mal.
They don't seem to treat each other nice. I've seen it.
Nah, well, no.
Samuel's visions are occasionally flexible. Sometimes actions that he or others take change them. For the most part, he's able to act on them in a way that helps people, but I cannot speak to what he saw about Vance or what happened after that point. It is, of course, possible that it's still true, or possible that it's not.
Suppose we'll find out in quick order then.
I suppose so.
Thank you, all of you, for putting your lives on the line to save everything. Please, if you'll take one last plea from me, find a way to either defeat Vance or convince him to give up his allegiance to Balvanel. And save everything. All that you love and hold dear.
This is my home now. Of course I will.
Do everything I can. You got my word.
And with that, they are gone. Although the candle still burns.
Blow it out. Save what's left of the candle. Wrap it up and put it away.
Well, we got a lot to do.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of people to contact.
So we have Virgil. We have Virgil's sister. We have Nikolai. And we have Pearl that we know of are known casters. We have Cor-
So the sheriff.
And
the sheriff.
Samuel.
We Mal, your family.
There's a problem with that.
Oh, there
Don't-
might be.
Yeah, unfortunately. I don't think that they would be able to do this, considering they're not quite, they're not quite on our side.
Are they on the side of staying alive?
They certainly are, but,
I mean,
Let's try it.
the side of the world not ending as we know
Yeah.
it, I think is.
I think
mean,
that may be enough for
no, I think
most
so.
folk.
But I think I know somebody else. I don't think that they have the ability to do the magic, is what I'm telling you.
Alright, well, does anybody in your family have that ability?
Well, that's the thing, is that they are the ones that are responsible for the seal breaking. So, if I'm to believe that my brother has lost his opal, then that means that he can't do it anymore. And whether or not my other siblings still have theirs is up for debate. But I know a couple people at the church that might be able to.
Alright, then start there.
Yeah, I can call them. I know that's vague. When I was younger, my family all protect a legend that there was a saint that, in order to sanctify a space, struck a tree with lightning so hard that it splintered and instantly calcified into opals. That's why my gun has opal in it. It's one of the only pieces of the tree that's real. And the Los Santos now gang all have spellcasting focuses that have opals in them. Vance's letter suggests that my family's opals are currently missing, which means they have no spellcasting focuses. I have a friend in the church back in Rattle Hill that may be able to do this for us, that would believe, that would do it, that knows the symbol. But
And they're the
my
ones you need to
family-
contact.
Yeah.
Will your family make trouble for them if they try to fix things?
It's possible.
Are there others in the church who'd be able to help them and protect them?
That's also possible.
Alright. So that's Rattle Hill then. That's the plan at least. We'll see how it goes once you actually contact folk. But then, from there,
Sylvie,
I know... Yeah.
Rose Lake.
Yeah.
I know some folk who may be able to help with the protecting part of that, but we would need to send somebody, I think. Unless, I know somebody in, like, a caster, but I don't think that's not the type of circle that Sylvia ever ran in.
Well, you tell me how some of your backstory characters are spec'd. Do you think
Oh no.
they're all non-casters?
I think yeah. Either like not classed at all, or like rootin' tootin' shooting, like that kind of.
That I would believe that Sylvie would run with a lot of folks who kind of have a skill set like hers.
Yeah.
Well, And not to interrupt you,
No, it's alright.
we have that scroll of teleportation. That we've never
Yeah,
used.
and if we could send somebody who would be able to do the casting, then they could take a message with them to pass along to some folk in town who... Sheriff from Rose Lake is... He is a bit of a piece of work, but I believe that he would want everyone to at least survive till the next day, so... And I know that he was a good man once. So... I think I could maybe... convince him, maybe even guilt him into helping out with this.
Is he the type of person that would take a shine to another sheriff? Somebody who understands? Or do we need...
I think that
Nikolai?
Samuel may be best to stay here.
Right.
Worry about this one here.
Well,
And
what about...
we were talking about sending Nikolai to the one out in the Badlands.
Right.
So she's already
Well,
familiar.
what about Virgil and Ziana?
Yeah. Although that still leaves one, don't it? Or am I forgetting?
Well, there are the ones here in the
'Cause there's
river.
there's 5.
Total.
Rattle Hill,
Rattle Hill,
Blackriver,
Blackriver,
Rose Lake,
Rose Lake,
Church of the Stranger,
Church of the Stranger, and then
Strathmore.
Strathmore. Yes.
Fuck, okay.
Because then there's Strathmore too.
So we have to do one, at least.
Well, Virgil could go to one and his sister could go to the other. They don't have to go to the same place. They can split up so long as we have some other folks who can help defend them.
Well, who are we sending to defend him? I don't think that it's smart to send townspeople to defend him. Virgil and Ziana do not separate, in my mind.
Well, who else are we going to send to cast?
Us.
We have to go.
To the door.
Yeah, the door has to shut, and then the seals go simultaneously.
Yeah. We can't be at a
So unless
seal.
we want to
gotta be
split
at
the
door.
party, each of us pick a door.
Ah! Hell. Absolute hell.
The chaos.
Challenge mode.
Ah!
But are the monsters originating from the door? Because if so, then we could stave off the waves.
Yeah, we could do
Yeah,
that
while
first,
it's
and then we could
happening.
go to... Yeah.
While the others are taking care of the seals.
I mean,
Oh,
Yeah. They were
Zyra
saying
said
that-
if we can push him back through.
well, then that's what the seals need to be ready for so that they can lock it behind them. Once we do push it back through.
Could we lock him temporarily? Or... Wait, hold on.
So, Vance is heading for the door thing, independent of what's going on with the seals, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are we trying to go to this seal to push something back into the seal, or are we trying to cut off Vance to stop him from opening the seal? Sorry.
It's either the demon. Either we push the demon back through the door and lock it, or we push Vance through as he's trying to open it. And then we shut it, and then all the seals lock it.
Wait, but why wouldn't we try and just cut off Vance if he's the one who has to open it?
I mean, if we can stop him, then that'd be great.
Yeah,
but-
that's what
Okay,
Zyra said.
okay.
Either stop,
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
convince him not to do it, or throw
Yeah,
my
so-
phone
yeah.
on the ground.
If
Yeah.
Fuck that phone.
I'm throwing
no.
glass everywhere.
Yeah, so I feel like we get the rest and then we push hard and try and cut Vance off before he gets there with as much
Yeah.
lead room as possible.
Yeah.
DM, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Where do people go to church on Sunday?
I believe I said that they go to I believe I said they go to White Hollow or Rose Lake.
But we
might need
got
to check
that
the notes for that.
teleportation circle
Mhm.
and one
Yeah.
in Rose Lake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Teleport over, do it, come back. Hopefully we have enough time.
I'm thinking
I really was
we
under the
sit-
impression this was all simultaneously,
yeah,
right?
No, I think
Yeah,
we go
yeah,
to
I
the
don't-
door. And
Yeah, this isn't
they
an us
have-
go to the seals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm seeing a lack of manpower and the puzzle, and I'm simply throwing spaghetti at the wall, so thank you.
Yeah.
Man, we really should have made more friends in this town.
This might be the point.
All right,
We could split Virgil and Sienna.
We also, I believe, isn't Pearl a
Pearl.
spellcaster?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, would Pearl be familiar with Rose Lake if she's sending people there to go to church?
mean-
Yeah. I think that she kind of knows many of the surrounding areas. If she is maintaining a teleportation circle, she probably knows at least the sort of small handful of ones that are in the area.
all right. So I got Rose Lake, Pearl, and Willow Lake sits down and is like writing
Alright.
on a piece of paper.
Yeah. If she can handle that, then maybe Virgil and Ziana together to Strathmore, and then they can probably handle whatever comes their way if they go together.
That leaves the church and Rattle Hill, and we have
Mhm.
the sheriff left.
Yeah. And then, Mal, you're going to contact some folk that you know in Rattle Hill
Yes. I'm going to.
and drop everything that you're holding at the same time.
Excuse me, I'm very sorry.
Make sure that you got the safety on those. You gotta be careful.
Goodness.
What's a safety?
I've never been a very good shot.
This
Please
is
don't shoot yourself in the
why-
foot. That is the last thing that we need.
I'm a healer.
Your
It'll be fine.
discipline.
Safety.
He unloads the gun and just puts it away.
I thought it. I didn't
All
even
right.
think it actually loaded. I thought it was just like magic. Is this?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I suppose.
They're
Oh
holy
my
bullets.
god, I have an idea.
What,
Yeah, what's your idea? What you got? What you got?
Claire runs out and like
Where in the hell are you going?
runs out into
There
the
you go. Good
street.
idea.
I am looking for that kid, that punk ass kid who just like was fighting me, but like could take hits and could give them back. Where is he?
We made one friend, one, and we kicked their butts.
Okay, you're looking for the punk kid. Do you go down into town, or are you just like doing one of these?
Just on the hill.
Like, I think I'd start that way, but then probably just like take off and just.
You know what? This is actually good. That Claire's doing this. So Claire, you're like, I'm gonna find that fucking kid, and you start kind of heading in the direction of town, and the person that you see is actually Steep, the bartender, who had at one point indicated that she felt that she could take you.
I also was
totally had
wondering about
Steep on
Steve
it.
too. Yeah.
God, I forgot
Yeah.
to mention Steep. I had them listed.
And
We made two friends.
I feel like game recognized game. You probably recognize that she's got some skills that are a lot like yours.
Oh, Steep. Hey, Steep.
She's
Would have
kind of
walked out
surprised
after
to see
Claire
you.
by now.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Like, this. She's been-
So like town's
Hello?
going to shit, and we need
I
very
noticed.
we need very capable people to take care of some little squishy casters. They need to do their magic shit, and we need people to stand around and make sure that they don't get hurt. I am anointing you a deputy of Sheriff Sylvie McKay.
You ain't sheriff. How many times do I have to tell
I
you?
anointed your ass as sheriff. I'm now I'm anointitizing, deputizing through anointed. Rise, Steep.
Yeah. Also ask about the, cocktail bandolier thing now that she's anointed,
Gotta have the wine for the sacrament.
No, Molotov cocktails, not cocktail.
But yeah, we're probably gonna need like explosive. So like
The higher proof you got, Steve. If you got some 151, we'll take it.
some Everclear.
Steve is a Warforged, and she's got these eyes that are kind of crystals that like display something that is approximately like an emotion. But throughout this exchange, it is clear that she is kind of blankly like just trying to keep up. Like she's getting it, but she's like, okay, yeah, okay, I can do both of those things. I like to think I'm pretty good in a fight. It's been a little while, but well, you don't really forget, do you? Yes, I can help.
Excellent. Head up. I think we are doing the planning at the church right now. So, any other capable people?
Well, I mean, yeah, finish up planning, and then everyone go to bed, and then we set off at the
Crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, why do you want the alcohol? Also, I have some questions about Sheriff Sylvie.
She is definitely in charge here. I am just a go-getter trying to help out.
Claire means well.
And Molotov cocktail bandoliers for the alcohol question. I think we're pretty clear on that.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Right?
And Samuel is in fact sheriff still.
Yeah.
He has made questionable decisions, and we did not vote for him.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Sheriff
However,
Sylvie 2024.
It's recall time.
Yeah, okay, the Molotovs I can handle. I mean, I like...
Seems like I'm out of
Claire, give me your flask.
I don't know about the deputizing. You don't need to deputize me. You two, I think, need to battle that out in the next election.
What is higher than a sheriff? What's that? Like,
I ain't telling you.
Are you a constable? A Constantinople?
Not
It's Istanbul.
No.
Yeah, Constantinople got the worst.
Like, it's the difference between, like, the sheriff can be the captain, but you're like a fucking admiral because you have, like, multiple towns now. That's what I've heard.
Okay, all right.
You not only have a town, you also have a water because you have a lake. So I feel like that is more important. Anyway, Steep, are there other people who are very capable?
When does it become like a principality?
This is
It's
your
a county.
fiefdom.
For fuck's sake. All right, so Steep, we're meeting in the church. We're gonna gather a few more folk, and we will fill you in on the rest of the details.
Gather the strongs.
Hey, yeah, I actually, the sheriff came by not too long ago and suggested that, well, we either head out of town or we stick around if we felt able to help, and I chose to stick around, so I will grab that alcohol for you. I think I've got something that came, well, okay, Huck ordered it, and it's unservable, but that's irrelevant. I think it'll do just fine to light it on fire, and...
That sounds perfect.
Yeah. They don't make the best... We're very worried for their taste buds. Anyway, I will bring that to the church, and... well, I guess see how much I can help.
Excellent.
Yeah, she'll head back inside and rustle around, collect stuff.
Who here would like to try their hand at facing off against the great Claire Dawson?
Wait, what is happening right now? What are you doing?
Come, face your medal.
Is this some...
Win a gift
Are you
from
in
the
armor?
fair Sheriff Sylvie.
Are you
All right, you need to stop doing that.
are you having a stroke, ma'am?
That is, in fact, what some of the passerby are very curious to know. There are a scattering of townsfolk who look actually very concerned, just generally, who have, kind of a rucksacks or have like some belongings with them and are wearing coats and hats and whatever, who are kind of either headed towards Pearl's shop or are kind of headed out of town on horses and wagons. It's clear that word is starting to get around. Most of them kind of just give Claire a very concerned look. There's like a couple of teenagers who are kind of like looking like they're thinking about it, and then like a parent is like, no, not right now.
This is even better, the fact that she's at like 7 hit points still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claire, douse
Someone
in
actually
blood.
could knock you out with a single punch. Like,
Yeah. What are you actually
I don't
trying
think
to
anyone
fight?
takes you up on it tonight. They got other stuff going on.
We're in like a crisis situation. Why are
I'm
you
not
trying to
fight them. I'm trying to be like, you are capable. Go fucking do this thing.
you're trying to recruit.
Oh,
Yeah.
so okay. Who are you even who the fuck can talk to people? I like point around the circle to all of us that are non-charismatic.
That would be Willow, but she just plays with her cards and lights shit
What?
on fire.
Willow, would
I-
you? Is Willow there?
I don't
Or
know,
we
did
can
Willow
go
come with?
find Virgil and all right.
I mean, we can, but we can also try and get some recruits, able-bodied folk. Willow, hop up on a soapbox or something and shoot up a fireball and start calling for people to fight in the name of life in this region.
Sylvie, I do think you would remember that the sheriff had said he was going to round up volunteers and capable townsfolk at some point.
No, let it happen.
Does Willow seem reluctant?
Well, where is Willow? Where's Mal?
I was gonna ask, are we like, I stepped away to grab my cards, and when I came back we were doing a whole nother bit.
Willow just like goes invisible,
sorry.
backs away.
So Claire booked it down into town to look for able bodies and willing hands, and found Steep, who agreed to help and also make Molotov cocktails. And Sylvie has apparently been sheriffed once again.
Wait,
This keeps happening.
Sylvie.
I'll say Willow's with Mal, so if Mal stayed at the church, then she'll stay there if he went with.
Okay.
Last I checked, we were short resting.
Yes, Claire.
Have we?
How much was your bounty?
To my knowledge, you are
Why?
not short resting right now, but
As we yell in the
Because
street.
that was a very capable orcish woman that I went toe to toe with. And I do recall that it was something around $500 gold, that when we pull our resources, we have well over that at our disposal to be able to hire a mercenary type if
Do
they are
you
in
see
the
her
neighborhood.
anywhere around town?
I don't, but I do know that we know casters who could get a hold of her.
She is an option. However, I do not trust that. But why don't we? Okay. Samuel said that he was going to round up volunteers and other folk. So why don't we see who all he has managed to find? And then if we need more, then maybe we can
Yeah, we can just
try
buddy
some other
system.
other plants. Some other more last ditch sort of efforts.
Which the soap off would have been a
Sheriff.
great last.
So he takes off her hat and is just like massaging at her temples.
I just like clap Willow on the shoulder. I believed in you to get us so many recruits. Just
okay,
like,
did Mal stay at the church or did Mal go down into town?
I was going to stay at the church, but if there's an opportunity and no one feels like they're listening, I was going to say that Mal just goes, none of y'all are used to talking to the masses, and then stands on an apple box and starts preaching.
The end is nigh.
World's coming to an end.
Mel, that's not very comforting.
No, he's gonna go, if any of you would like to show that you are anointed with your individual power, and kind of does the whole thing.
See, anointed, Sylvie.
Yeah,
Anointed.
That's what he's talking about. Holy
Yeah, but I don't.
whatnot.
I don't know that he's using it right either, though. I don't.
Preach on, preacher!
That's a good point. Yeah.
He just keeps going, I beseech you with everything in your heart and all the strength in your body to fight me, blah, blah. I'm not going to listen.
All right. So
Turn into the Life Church real fast, which is not the vibe he really has.
Oh no.
I've never heard that much bass in your voice, though, sir.
do.
Yeah, he's really projecting. Yeah.
Too bassy.
right.
Too bassy.
And he's doing like
Sorry.
talking with his hands thing too. He's really, really just like emotive. Like it's just.
It's the
Face
only
boosted.
time I get to come alive.
He is both confirming and denying in his.
Yes.
He's throwing up cards for precipitating some magic there for you. Some sparks. Get some fireworks.
Real
Backlit.
showmanship.
God.
Or,
All right.
we're-
Get a spotlight.
yeah, we're just mega churching you.
All right. So Claire is trying to get people to fight her ass. Malcolm is on a box being like, the world's ending, come help us. Whatever. Why don't both of you roll me either a charisma or a performance?
I feel like this should be a group performance. We're all trying so hard right now.
All right, then what are the rest of you doing to help?
I ain't helping with this. Nah, fuck that.
Willow is off to the side, like, hey, Sylvie, pick a card.
All right.
I have gotten out my lawn chair and my lemonade again and my giant hat out of nowhere.
Five
and
of
I'm just like,
spades.
ooh, sexy.
5 of spades. All right.
All right, wait, you gotta write your name on it, though. And she hands you a pen.
I mean, all right, but
Mhm.
why?
It's a new trick.
She just kind of like puts a scribble instead of her actual signature and then gives it back.
Looks at it. That's not your signature. I've seen your signature. Try again. Here, if you forgot, your signature looks like this, and she writes it, and it looks identical to what your signature is.
That's disconcerting to say the least.
Oops, that card gives you a new one.
You already know my signature. There's no point. All right, fine. I sign it. Sure. Give it back.
It poops into the deck. Thank you. She goes off.
What was
Emily,
that for?
you just signed a card.
What? Gosh.
No, I'm not. Why would I give
She can
a
already
warlock
forge
my
your
name?
signature.
I don't sign things in front of her. There's a reason.
That's smart. Yep. I don't know when she saw me sign my name anywhere.
I mean, she was pretty close to my house, though, so now I don't trust it.
Probably smart.
I haven't backstabbed you guys yet.
No more
Sign the
tacos
card.
for you, Willow. No, I'm not
The fact
signing
that you
the card.
said yet.
Matt, while he's up there preaching, sign a card. Sign
He
it.
just signs
No.
it.
Thank you.
Oh,
He signs
no.
it with his real name. Like, he's just implicit trust.
You are gonna get just taken by the devil.
Me?
Sure.
Or whatever it is that gives her magic, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
rolled
I-
a natural 20 on that performance check, so I don't know.
How you doing,
Nice.
Claire?
It's a 14.
All right, all
So
right,
good.
all right. So between the two of you, you collect a number of folks who seem like they kind of know what they're doing. Most of the folks who step forward, let's say 3 people step forward, seem like they're going to be a lot more capable with a sidearm or like a firearm than they are going to be capable as casters. but they're kind of like, hey, you know, what's going on? Like, can we help? They seem fairly capable by your estimation. And they're kind of just, you know, engaging with you however
Okay.
you'd like.
Next thing that we need to do is organize the casters.
Mhm.
Right? I
Yeah.
assume we explained to these people that we'd like them to arm some casters.
Mhm.
Yeah? Right?
Mhm.
They seem kind of uncertain and a little, you know, there are kind of some fearful glances exchanged, but they seem willing to help and fairly brave. They're honestly pretty motivated by protecting their homes more than anything else and protecting the people that they know and love. And they're ready to help as much as you'd like.
I have.
Shall we see who all Samuel has been able to gather?
What, Claire?
I don't know if it'll work out or if it's even possible, but there is one other thought that I had, and DM, I'm gonna pull out the flyer for the carnival.
Mhm. Yeah.
Where were they last? Or where was this?
They were in Rose Lake.
Yeah, they were.
There's a guy in here who's named Tailhot. Tailhot Wait. Assuming that they're not all working with Dahlia, he would be very capable of helping out and protecting.
What does the date say on the like? Does it have like a date written on the flyer too for when they were scheduled to be in Rose Lake?
I will need to double check that, but I believe that the circus was due to start like tomorrow or the day after, so it's very likely that they're there right now.
Well, they ought to be in town. In Rose Lake, at least.
Whatever group goes there, we could send word.
Yeah. Have them send word to these folk that you know and to the sheriff too.
I might be able to send extra word to Rattle Hill too. Hell, maybe if she's up to it, my sister might be better at protecting than she is spellcasting by now.
Well, technically my cousin went to Rattle Hill too. Up to no good, but they're scrappers.
Yeah, up to no good, but they're scrappers is right.
Claire, pick a card.
She pulls a card.
Don't sign it, Claire.
You gotta though. Ace of spades.
She will squiggle it. Just write a squiggle
And-
on it.
Willow accept it. Thank you. Come on,
Best she
Amity.
could do.
I feel weird that you're trying to get us to sign cards and you're just with your tentacles and what have you. No, thank you.
Yeah, want to explain why exactly you want us all signing cards?
I don't know
Thank
the whole trick of it yet. I just feel like it could help. I vibe with this stuff.
you.
Willa.
I trust Willow implicitly. I don't know what you're talking about. She has never seemed untrustworthy a day in our life.
I feel like I trust you, but now you're asking for weird shit, and I feel like it's that thing where I just got to trust in you, and now you're like, no, but just you buy some plastic containers with lids for me and sell them, and then everyone is selling plastic containers with lids.
Or like essential oils or something. Or
That
maybe
would
they're
have
like
made more
makeup
sense.
or
Yeah.
Well, the essential
yeah.
oils makes sense because you can set that on fire.
that.
So I don't want essential oils either, Willow. None of it.
You
You
are
don't have to do it. It's fine. It's all right.
Willow is getting like the most like guilt trip, like angry, disappointed, upset mom look from Sylvie.
Why she asked you
Like-
first?
There's super a passerby who's like, oh, I met a guy who sold really good like snake oils.
All right,
You know,
okay.
like, I think his name was Otto. You know.
Autologous?
You know, it's all right, Amity. I haven't earned your trust. I understand. I am a
know.
shady, nefarious person.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally. If you want to be, I mean, I trusted you more before you were trying to get us to sign cards because that's
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that. But no, we're saving this region or principality that Sylvie now owns, right?
I don't own shit.
No, she's the
Okay.
law of this land.
Oh, all
And you
right. So
should
she's like
say-
Sheriff Nottingham, and
All right, no. Hold on. If you're gonna compare me to anybody, like, just not that one.
all right, I'm done.
Please.
We're fighting a demon.
The evening
We are-
marches on. A lot of folks are still moving out of town. There's actually a surprising amount of activity for how late it is. Normally, the town would be pretty sleepy at this point. But it certainly seems like people are either headed out or the handful of folks who are helping you guys. I believe that you guys wanted to get a long rest in there before you met the sheriff the following morning. Is there
Willow
anything else you
Willow wants to run to Virgil just really, really quick and then ask him if he has any elven, hold on. Girl needs some armor. She's squishy as fuck. Elven chain.
Yeah, he's kind of hanging out in there as he told you guys he would be, and he's kind of like giving you the hairy eyeball when you walk in, but that's pretty normal. You're kind of used to that by now.
She gives him a bright, shiny grin as she walks in. Hey, I need some armor, but it can't be too heavy because I am noodly arm. And I can't, mess up the dress lines.
Right. Well, I am fresh out of metal underpants, so let's see what we got in the
thank
back.
God, that sounds like it.
and
You just got the red Sonia though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've read that book. I borrowed it from Samuel. It was pretty good, actually. Let's see. He kind of rustles through his piles of stuff. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually this type of object is pretty expensive, but
And I rent it for 200 gold. And I will do my best not to die in it.
you know, I don't think I've ever rented armor to anybody, but maybe that's a viable business model. Sure, fuck it, why not?
I'm
and
happy to test it out for you.
I'm gonna be expecting this back.
Of course
and
you are.
Don't forget I know how and where to find you.
Oh, now I just want to try working around. Why'd you have to give me that challenge? I was gonna be honest before, but now
God.
you're on.
Oh, God. He sort of rolls his eyes, but like, he's pretty good natured. He knows you guys at this point. Yeah, he'll rent you the elven mail for 200 gold.
Thank you. Okay, she'll run back to. I guess we're hunkering down at the church. Or are we staying at the saloon or respective homes?
It's up to you guys. You have been told that you're likely to be pretty safe until the following morning. Depends on where you want to go and what you want to do. If any of you have individual things you want to like step out and do, you can certainly do so. A lot of the
Maybe
major town folk are still floating around.
best for us all to at least stay in town proper so we can get things going at first light.
I wake up pretty early.
Kind of look into Amity and Claire.
Amity's already backing away. Like, gonna pop out for like 8 hours real quick. Just take a little nap. Don't you look at me with your angry face like it's gonna make a difference. Like I will be cowed by this bullshit.
Well, Amity put down a salt circle, so she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and now I gotta go talk to my animals and give them tender kisses on the forehead and send them west.
Yeah. All right. See you in the morning.
Poor David, just out there with his 3 legs.
He hunkered down at the house. Just give him some food.
I'm gonna
Stay inside the salt circle.
He might, but the other ones, I gotta tender forehead kisses and have them go take care of the other animals that are on their way. And hopefully I can go get them. Anyway, and I just like grab Claire's hand and drag her towards horses. Buster the donkey.
Claire kind of like looks over her shoulder and is like, I'm animals. And
LP. That's a clip.
Incredible.
Terrible.
Perfect.
All right, Claire and Amity are headed back to the homestead. Willow has acquired some elven mail and still has the room above the saloon. All of her belongings and stuff are still up there.
Sylvia,
What's everybody
were you
else
doing
doing?
something?
I don't know. Actually, if I could just... You got some pen and paper somewhere at your place?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I have pen and paper on me.
It may take... I'm gonna need to sit down with just to write something out real quick, but...
Well, here, he pulls out Father Navarro's book and his little infinite pen that we've just decided that he has. It's a pencil. It's graphite. It's a NASA situation with.
I was gonna say, is this a space pen? Or...
Yeah. He hands it to you and goes, "Do you need me to stick around? I can take it somewhere, but I was gonna go bury Elizabeth and do some fucking around the graveyard."
Do you want a hand?
No, it shouldn't take me too long. I got a couple spell slots left.
All right. I don't know. Do you mind if I crash at yours?
No.
If you got any extra space? Yeah.
Of course not. Yeah, I mean, it's the church, so.
I also don't have a room at the inn anymore. I kind of stopped paying for that one a couple nights back.
Right, no, understood. Yeah, you can stay, actually, if you want to stay in Vance's bed, it's pretty cushy up there, although I don't...
I'm alright. I think that got broken and demolished anyways, so...
Yeah, we can sit you up, no problem.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can write some letters. So you two head up to the church. Mel. Yeah, you go first. What's up?
Oh, I was just if this is all stuff that's happening before long rest, then you go ahead. You go first.
Yeah, this is all pre-long rest hours.
Yeah, go for it.
So you can write your letters, rest, all that kind of stuff. And if there's anything you want to do in the morning, you're welcome to let me know. We'll get to you in a minute. What's up, Mal? You wanted to bury Elizabeth, I believe.
Bury Elizabeth. Talk to Jace, and I have graveyard questions.
Okay.
Zyra said that Samuel was the last of their descendants.
Mm-hmm.
Is Samuel's mother buried on a family plot, or are there other graves next to hers that have Crane on them, or that have that last name, or have a years or connections or what have you?
Yeah, I think that I believe you've seen her headstone before, or certainly could have looked for it in the days since then. And she died a number of years ago, seemingly at a pretty ripe old age. And there are other headstones that bear the same last name in the same area. The ages, you would probably guess that they were the generation above her and beyond, so potentially parents or grandparents. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Is there any grave are there any descendants missing, empty spots, or names that start with Z?
No.
I'm trying to find the saint's grave, and if it is on this ground.
Okay, so you are looking around and thinking about Syra. Are you doing anything specific, or are you just kind of spending time with the graves?
I'm kind of looking at names. I feel like with the, like, for the sake of expediency, if it wasn't kind of... This isn't his only reason to be here. But I think he's looking at names and trying to put stuff together.
So you're looking at the headstones, you're taking a look at them, and, you know, at some point, I'm sure you either look to the right or the left, and when you look back around, there's a woman standing right next to you that you saw once in a dream. And she smiles kindly at you, and she says, "What you're looking for isn't here."
Is this Lupita?
Yes.
He, like, does a little, and then, I'm looking for a couple of things. But if they said they gave their life, I guess I want to know if I can protect their grave. Keep them safe after death.
I think they're probably doing just fine, but it's funny that that's what you'd look for here. But somehow, of course, you would. People believe that Syra is buried here, although there's no marker for it. But this isn't where I buried them. I, in the end, chose to bury them somewhere else, somewhere that was special to us. And I never told anyone. I thought in a way that that would protect them maybe a little better.
Are they in the spring?
She smiles and nods that you've gotten it right.
Is that seal broken too?
Yes, but it wasn't a seal per se. It was a ward at most. Just a... Well, a long time ago, that place was beautifully green. It was a oasis. I mean, even when it rained here, even during the seasons where the rest of Blackriver bloomed, it was always that place that was the greenest. I don't know if it was the water or if there was some magic in the earth, perhaps, but... Well, it just seemed fitting to bury them there. There was some magic that lingered, but I think it's gone now. Elizabeth used it as a test.
Thank you for telling me. I have someone buried here in secret too.
Yes, I know.
Is that a seal that we need to fix?
No, there's no seal that you need to fix, Malcolm. Well, as a matter of fact, I think there's someone who'd like very much to talk to you. And she disappears, and for a moment you're alone. And then you feel a warm touch on your shoulder, a little like a hand, but not quite fully material. And a voice that seems very familiar. A masculine voice that says your name. Malcolm.
Hey, sweet.
Hey, yourself.
Mel turns around
In front of him is standing a quite tall, broad-shouldered black man with very short hair, who is smiling very kindly at him, and looks very much like Mel would remember.
Can I hug him?
You can, but your hands kind of pass through him a little. He doesn't seem quite material. But if he understands the gesture, he'll hug you back.
Yeah.
He sort of chuckles and he says, "The world outside your church isn't exactly what you expected, is it?"
I think Mal just kind of laughs and looks down. As clear an indication of absolutely the fuck not as possible.
Well, I'm proud of you for getting out of there, for starting to build a new life.
Mel, he doesn't know what to say. We were supposed to.
Jace sort of sighs, a little sad, but still smiling, and he'll agree. He says, "I would have liked to spend forever with you. But, Mal, it's time to let me go."
I know. It doesn't mean I have to forget.
It's not about forgetting. You don't have to forget something to let it go. I love you and I always will, but you called my spirit back from the dead once, and now it's only you who can let me pass on.
Yeah, I've known that to be true for a little while now, but I guess I have a new home, and once this power is fixed and I can say for sure that your memory is going to be safe, I might feel better actually letting go, rather than keeping things temporary on a maybe for so long. It's day by day when you're sad. There's no future.
But you can't keep every day finding new reasons to hold on to the past. Sometimes you have to take a leap. You have to be brave. You've done it once, and I know you'll do it again. But clinging to me, to the memory of what we were, shouldn't be a weapon to hurt yourself, Well, I guess what I mean to say is I love you. You always were a little better with words.
Mal just kind of looks at him completely wordlessly.
And one of these days you're going to need to learn to love again.
I know they can both exist.
Of course they can. He'll touch Mal's shoulder one last time and smile at him. Good luck.
Thank
And
you.
May Lupita bless you.
I didn't know you were a convert.
Maybe I'm not, but you are, and she's always been with you.
Thank you.
Isn't that what faith means? Believe in. You'll be all right, Mal. Keep on building a home. And with that, he's gone.
Mal says goodbye to the open air. And I love you. I have one more thing to ask about in this fucking graveyard.
What are you looking for?
Do I care about Vance's real name? Maybe I don't. Maybe I could have fed.
That is a question only you can answer.
You mean Matthew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is there another name on his, or an empty plot on Vance's family's graves?
So, Vance's parents, Nathaniel and Marion Callahan, are buried side by side. And their headstones are new-ish, but not recent, probably a couple decades. And there is an empty space next to the two of them that seems to be about the right size for one additional grave. There is no headstone, and it doesn't seem to have ever been disturbed, but there is a space there. Almost like they hoped that maybe somebody else would join them.
Mal didn't read that letter, so he's gonna go to bed. Good night.
Okay, but when he comes inside, Sylvie's gonna stop him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He is crying. He is fully, this is a sopping wet man.
Hey.
I should have said that differently.
God damn it. Hey, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
No, you ain't. Come here, sit down.
He sits down.
I was gonna ask you something pretty heavy, but it looks like you've already kind of been through it tonight.
When it rains, it pours. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You don't look so sure.
It's a good thing. Es nada. What do
Alright.
you need?
Well, and she has 2 folded up letters in front of her, and like, I think maybe she's taking like a spare like bit of string or something, just like to tie it up or like stick them in an envelope, something. But she, on the front of this like stack of the stack of letters is written Mrs. Harley McKay. And she passes this, hands this over to you. And she says, I have something important to ask you, Mal. And Zara said that she didn't make it when she faced this demon, and I know that we have better chances with all of this since it's not just one person, but just in case something happens and I don't make it out of this, I want to ask you to get these to my wife and daughter. And if you can, I wouldn't ask this, but if you can, bring me home. Oh. If I'm gone, I want to be resting someplace where my little girl can visit me.
Can I hug you?
She'll hug you back, yeah.
Yeah. Of course I will. Wherever you want to be, and however long it takes.
Appreciate it.
Of course. I can... Well, I can do a lot of things, but I'll make sure that they're protected too. You know, it's not just that you're in a safe place when you're gone, it's that somebody looks after you after you're gone and remembers who you are. And you're unforgettable, Miss McKay.
I'll try.
I'll make sure that
No, that's a lie, I don't, but...
Well, it's very effortless. It's kind of crazy, actually. But, I'll make sure that they're taken care of.
There are already folk looking out for him, but...
I know, but if they don't mind some old gay guy looking after them a little extra. You know, cards at Christmas, Easter basket.
I'm sure they would appreciate it.
Of course. An uncle from the other town over.
Yeah. Thank you.
Doesn't need any thanks.
Still.
Of course. He hugs you extra tight.
Aw. She'll hug him back. I know you look like you're about to keel over.
I don't mean offense by this, but so do you. We should go to bed.
Yeah. What are we doing up so late? Like, the sun's already down. What the hell?
I don't know. Need my ointments. My back. My knees.
I'm not singing that song. Claire and Amity, what are you getting up to out at the homestead? Looking after animals? Anything specific?
Well, you know, Linda Belcher kissing like the little porcelain babies. This is me with like, I'm like, come here, crows. I'm like, and you, fly away, sweet babies.
I have seen video of crows and ravens like getting a little smooch and being super into it, and I think that each of these crows is very pleased to get a little smooch from you.
Yeah, I'm like, stay together, keep other animals safe, don't let them get, I don't know, eaten by ooze or whatever the fuck's out there. Just like...
Yeah, they all, say, yeah, we'll try to take care of each other. They communicate to you that they're kind of sad to go. They're like, well, we want to stay here with you. They kind of probably chatter and argue with you a little bit, but ultimately, we'll listen to you.
Well, keep an ear out. I'll come get you if it gets safe. Otherwise, you stay safe.
They promise to take care of each other and to look after any other critters that they can. And they thank you for all the little snacks and shiny objects you've ever given them. If anything, I don't know.
I'm just like stand slightly inside the salt circle. Just watch them go.
Yeah, they fly off into the night. They disappear black against black. Were you watching this procedure, Claire?
Oh yeah, like a fucking creeper, just like yeah. But once it's kind of like done, we'll so we're doing this, right? Like this hero bullshit, we're doing it.
I guess we might as well. Just sort of take her hand.
Well,
I mean, if we don't. I guess who else is gonna? I mean, fuck.
um how would you feel about planting some lilies when it's all over?
Yeah, I will look into what sort of lilies work in this zone. I feel like we're a little outside of peak lily zone, but I will get on it.
Yeah, but you can do all that like magical plant shit, so
Yeah, that is true. I do have a very green thumb. Thank you.
I mean, it looks kind
Yeah,
of gray, but
sort of like shoulder nudge her. I'll grow you some lilies.
I ever tell you why I like lilies?
Sort of like, head cock, look at sort of thing.
There was this lady,
We're dealing with some spam. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Don't worry. Yeah, there was this lady who, I don't know, I don't even know who she was. She was handing out lilies in one town, and when we were traveling through with the circus, and I thought they were pretty, and she gave me one, and she told me that it's interesting that was the one that I picked, because lilies mean I dare you to love me. And I think it'd be kind of nice if we had that at the house.
And just kind of like quietly look at her for a moment, then just lean in and kiss her. Gay shit. Happy Pride, y'all.
Be fucking pride.
Happy fucking Pride.
We'd love to fucking see it. All right. So you guys can spend the evening however you wish.
Spend
Presumably-
like a little bit of time making bandoliers for the Molotov cocktails, and then gay
very
stuff.
nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You have a lovely evening, and I will have you both do a perception check, or yeah, I'll have you do it individually.
Individually.
Well, I assume you're
Perception.
asleep. I mean, you're not assisting each other when you're asleep, right?
Constant assistance. Crows come back. Help. Help.
That is a 9.
Oh, wow. That's not great either. That is a 10, but my passive perception is 14.
Okay. There's nothing crazy, don't worry. So you two sleep soundly. When you wake up in the morning, You step out of the house or look out of a window if you have one, and you notice that the grasslands and the plants outside of Amity's salt circle are much browner and more shriveled than you remember. But that the plant life inside Amity's salt circle looks exactly as you remember. It looks great. And you also notice that there are kind of scratch marks along the edge of the salt circle, not disturbing the salt itself, but as though some kind of animal or creature has clawed just outside the circle while you were asleep. But there doesn't seem to be anything out there right now.
Looking at the edges, we should probably get back to town to, I guess, save the world or whatever the fuck we're doing. Just like stretching and like, AM sleepy face wiping.
Yeah. We should meet up with the others.
Yeah, just let me like make some muffins real quick.
You real quick make muffins?
Yeah, well,
It's
I mean,
not
like
a
they
real
don't
quick activity.
shut up.
Jiffy
about it.
Mix.
Yeah, no, I'm already fucking making them. Got rolled oats or whatever.
You could do like the egg in like a muffin pan thing.
Yeah, I'm making, I'm trying to just get everyone like protein, low carbs. Got to be ready to fight demons.
Throwing some bacon in there. Oh, wait, you've got
Yeah,
people walking around. That might be
savory.
good.
Got like some cheese. Yeah,
Nice.
fresh
nice.
yesterday. Go.
Next.
Claire's also
Uh,
gonna grab the little red rooster, stuffed rooster, and is going to but will affix it to the rod that she has, or the staff.
But,
Okay. She can easily do that. What's the orientation here? Is the
yeah,
chicken like having tentacles coming out of its like beak? Like, what's the?
Well, no, I have.
No,
Oh wait, you had the staff. You had the
Yeah,
staff.
so-
I have
I'm
the
thinking of the tentacle
one.
rod. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Now I kind of want that though. Are there other taxidermy things around here?
You tell
like-
me.
Maybe like a gopher. No, I would not have. She wouldn't have. She'd have like
You can
skulls. and
customize your accessories however you like.
Ooh, she definitely have like a weird skull of like some like desert lizard.
That's pretty dope. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little desert lizard skull sheath. No.
Yeah.
Pommel? Pommel, that's the correct word. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sword
Okay.
stuff. Tentacle tongues.
All right, you guys customize your stuff. You make some snacks, and you can head back to town. You don't see very many animals, to be honest. Probably less than you would normally expect, but that's not that surprising, given that you noticed a lot of them were leaving the area. And you also don't see anything that tries to stop you, but there are some tracks around that look kind of a little canine in nature that match up with the scratching outside of your property.
Are these... Would there be like an allegorical animal size for these claw marks? Like
You want to check them
bobcat?
out? Why don't you
panther.
do me a good little, how about an investigation or a nature?
I was like, oh, it's a good nature. Do I even have a good nature? Oh, I do have a good nature. Druid shit. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
No.
That's what it says. It says no.
is that, do you not have a bonus, a proficiency in nature?
Well, yeah, no, I do. It's a +4, but like, that's only for 5 on
Fair
a
enough, still
natural
gets you a
1.
5. It's animals. I think you recognize that they look canine. They seem weirdly big. Bigger than you would expect from canines in the area.
Yeah, large puppies. Continues on her way.
All right, you guys head back into town. Was there something you wanted to do in the morning, Sylvie? Or did you take care of that?
That was all that I needed to take care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Claire and Amity, you head into town. You're going. Did all of you agree to meet at the church?
Quick thing.
Oh yes. What's up?
Willow would have gone back to the saloon and would have done a. Okay, so don't usually get to pack beforehand, and then like a frantic rush around her room, like just grabbing strategic things, putting them in her bag. Just like a couple random scraps off of the string board, like her. She's taken her wanted poster.
All right. Ooh.
I don't know.
Rah-rah.
It's like betrayal. I have to go stab Willow. BRB.
Now the wanted poster sneaks up behind you.
Like her favorite dress. Spare corset. That's it. And packs it all up, puts it off to the side because she's assuming they're taking horses. When they go, she's not abandoning all of you guys. Not yet. Doesn't look all forsaken.
Mm-hmm.
But then she is going to sit down and kind of shuffle the cards and fan them all out and then pull the 3 signatures she got and kind of flip them. And then I'm assuming like the signature is kind of like disappear or something. So it becomes a normal card and kind of fans them, shuffles, puts them back. And it's just like, hope this helps.
All right. So you pack up and then you take care of that. Easily done. You do realize that like, as you're kind of finishing all of this up and then you take care of that with the cards, you glance over and Felix, who you recognize, is kind of like half sitting, half lying on the bed. He's kind of like leaning against the wall, like doing one of these.
No boots on the bed. Come on. I'm going to sleep there tonight.
Oh, come on. And like he kind of moves his legs over so they're not on the pillow. And he's like, so you're, what, are you headed out of town or are you just prepping for doomsday?
Well, I assume things are going to get bad. It goes sideways eventually. I mean, still optimistic we can do this, but you know, you gotta sprint, hopefully, to go back.
You are a very unique woman, you know that? I knew that from the moment I sat down and played cards with you.
Not sure if that's a compliment or...
Oh,
there's an insult coming. Okay, I'll take it.
I mean, I'm not going to say I don't have unusual taste. I like a little bit of chaos in my life, but...
Well, you picked the right person to play with then.
That I did. Although I gotta say, it's kind of warming my heart, seeing as how you have spent most of your life wearing identities like, I don't know, outfits. And maybe you're starting to build a real one for yourself. Just a little bit.
Take that back. What the hell?
Excuse me. An insult, I know.
Be rude. How dare... I'm not getting attached to these people. How dare you insinuate?
Oh, of course not.
I
Drop
can...
and run at a moment's notice, right?
Yeah. I don't need to stay here to save the world. I'm just doing it to see what happens.
Oh, of course.
Wholly outrun the
me.
apocalypse.
I do look forward to it. It's always pretty funny when the angels and the demons start fighting each other, you know. Happens every so often.
Here, I can get a first row seat this time, apparently. Depending on what we're up to.
You know, I usually do.
Any idea what the hell Vance has gotten himself into and how we can we just like hit his head hard enough with that like break the compulsion thing? I'm assuming he doesn't want to go open the door. One, Vance does not do things on his own. Vance sends a goon.
Generally true, except for when Vance becomes the goon.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's going to enjoy that. So how...
Well, I think you've got a very slim chance of convincing him to give up everything.
Yeah, and the Elizabeth didn't work, and that felt like a try run, so. Fail the quiz and ace the test. Let's do this.
Godspeed. But I think, honestly, what you're usually up to is gonna work probably the best for you.
Up until someone realizes I'm robbing and blind and then run really far away. I don't think that's going to work well on Mance.
They're hitting him very hard in the head.
Okay. That. Claire is going to love this plan.
Oh yes, she's gonna like that one. Yeah, I guess I can tell you that you know well enough that once the door is open, Balthanel's going to be able to act directly in this plane. But for now, he can't. So, that means he needs Vance. And if Vance is no longer available as a tool, there ain't shit he can do about it.
All right, so hit Vance in the head. This, I don't know why they seem so worried when you just boil it down to that. It's so simple.
I try. But I think you got this. But
Thanks.
at least, even if you don't, it'll be pretty entertaining, so.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
It'll be a show at least.
That it will.
Can't imagine very many places to run though once it starts going sideways.
Oh no, that's gonna be
No, it's, yeah.
pretty chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're strong. You'll probably do all right. For a while, anyway.
Yeah, at least for
You
the
do
first
kind of
bit.
have a longer lifespan than most of these goons, but...
Mhm.
Hey, what are you gonna do? Well, anyway. Good luck.
Thanks.
And he'll kind of give her a little gesture and disappear. And if there's anything else any of you would like to do, please let me know, or forever hold your peas. Otherwise, you can meet up wherever you chose to meet up.
Who is he, Willow?
Who is he?
Who is he?
I don't know what you're talking about. I trust Willow implicitly. I
Yeah.
have never questioned
Yeah.
her whatsoever. I believe her.
Perfect.
I hope that comes up because it's really fucking cool. I really hope it comes up.
Me too. Gotta make it come up.
I mean, I can make it come up.
Interested?
Yeah.
All right. Mal wakes up the ass crack of fucking dawn.
Sylvie's awake then too, yeah.
Yeah. Eating
Imagine.
Wheaties in the
Us.
kitchen or some
Yup.
shit.
Drinking
Willow
black coffee.
Singed, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
Willow hired Steep to throw something at the door.
Wait, what is being thrown at what door?
Willow's staying at the saloon, so Steep is going to throw something at the door as an alarm.
Oh, to wake her up. I see.
Yeah.
I see. I think you could very easily. Oh shit! Huck and Milo aren't there anymore. Yeah, Steep will wake you up.
I wish she doesn't have to go up the stairs. Just check something at the door. She's got good aim.
Yeah, she actually super does. But she'll come up and knock politely, which may or may not work. That's up to you. She'll get you up.
Willow will go meet. I'm guessing we predetermined it was going to be the church because it sounded like everything was heading towards church. So she'll get her horse and head that way.
All right. So you pack up all your stuff. You got it all together. You had told those townsfolk that you recruited and any others that you tried to recruit during the night to meet you at the church. You told Steep that. All right. I'm going to assume that you communicated this message to everybody you needed to communicate it to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody's converging on the same point.
Yes.
Let's see, Amity and Claire, as you approach the church, I think a lot of people are already in there. You can kind of hear some chatter in the main space, and the doors don't really close correctly anymore, so it's not that hard to tell that some other folks are already here. You do, however, see Nikolai sitting kind of on the step outside the church with a long rifle kind of leaned against her shoulder.
And sending spell down. Yes. We're off to a good start.
And she'll kind of tip her hat to you two as you walk up.
Well, this is convenient. We don't have to, hunt you down. Has anyone caught you up to this whole situation?
I've heard a few pieces. Nobody here is exactly being quiet, but I imagine that you'll give us all more of a rundown once we all get together.
Yeah, I'm sure that Sheriff Sylvie McKay will tell us exactly what we need to do, considering she is in charge.
The Honorable Sheriff.
She can't even hear what's going on right now, and just she gets spontaneous headache.
Ears ringing.
She's sheriff now. That's, well, fucking good for her.
Mm-hmm.
She was anointed by great authority.
I'm not sure that's the word for that, but you know what? Sure.
Probably fucking not, and I just walk into the church.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
No, I'm pretty sure fucking means exactly what it means.
Where'd you come from, Sylvie?
Thank you for making this episode a nightmare and a joy to clip.
Nikolai will kind of stand up and dust herself off. She's not in any particular rush, but she'll make eye contact with Claire, who's still, I assume, standing there, and kind of be like, "You ready to kick this bitch's ass once and for all? Good?"
I suppose so. I guess she's, I thought she was just, like, running cons and shit. I didn't realize she was, destroying world shit.
Listen, when I knew her, she was running cons too, but it was out east. Different name, same face. Some fucking guy named Abernathy, but I don't know, I guess she upgraded.
Wait a minute, Abernathy? That's one of the wanted posters.
Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe you should ask Willow about it. When I knew her, she was going by the name Rose. She was about as talented a gymnast as she always has been, and pretty to boot, so she made quite a good front for some of that idiot's plans. But I think she got sick of him, or whatever excuse he called a strategy. So I followed her west, and eventually I guess she got sick of me too. Started running with the circus.
Yeah, she hadn't been around. I mean, I basically grew up with the circus, but she hadn't been around too long. Maybe a handful of months.
Well, folk like me and like Willow, we have a much longer timeline than people like you too. I suspect Rose might be part of that as well. I never noticed her get any older, that's for sure. But then again, I don't know, maybe she made some kind of deal for eternal youth. That's not one I ever figured out.
Mm-mm. Well, here's to kicking old ex's asses then.
Here's to that. And she'll kind of give you a cool nod. Start heading inside.
All right,
And,
Sylvie, what's your orders?
She like sets down her coffee mug and just gives you the most withering look you have ever received from her. And that is saying something.
Alright, so all of you guys... Alright, what were you gonna say?
I'm just shoving bottles and bandoliers. I'm like getting these Molotov cocktail bandoliers ready to go.
Fucking cool, fucking cool. Alright, everybody's kind of milling around. They're taking care of any kind of personal, like, gun cleaning or Molotov cocktail making or coffee drinking that they would like to do. And this is where we are going to end our episode for tonight. And next week, we will start right off. Exactly here. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming. This was super fun. We are clearly getting into some endgame content here, and I am super excited for it. Let's kick Vance's ass. And I'm going to do a round of shout-outs now so that we can all tell you who we are and all the, like, fucking cool stuff we do. Starting with Kyola Cosplay.
I'm here. I am queer. It's June. That's it. I am here all of June and all of the months. I am Kyola Cosplay and the things and the stuff. Continue to check us out. We are all cool.
Hell yeah, we are. Also,
That's it. That's all we got. Yeah.
Double the reason to check us out.
Yeah.
Vic.
Hi, I'm Vic, or Vicious Frockery. I am also here and also queer, and also making a bunch of stuff for this one Pride Month. I'm starting world famous homosexual Din Djarin, and I have a bunch of plans for him all the way up over on my Ko-fi page. It's all I've been talking about today, is that I am starting a new blog series, so if you'd like to find that, it is $3 a month. Otherwise, you can see that content posted on my Instagram and twitter.com, and I do usually stream creatively, so I'll be having some really cool, maybe chainmail making streams upcoming very soon. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm liking the graphic design. Is that weird to say? I like the graphic design on your new Ko-fi blogs.
Thank you.
Like, it just looks nice. What's up, Nat? Tell us.
Hi! Hello! I'm Natalie, Shield Maiden, or Shield Maiden Cosplay across all platforms. That's Shield with 2 eyes. You can also find me on Instagram at zelman.arts, where I post my pottery and other shit like that. Yeah, also here and also queer. Right.
Glad I started that.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. What's up, Amber?
Hey, I'm Amber, Bodoni Cosplay across all the places and the such and the places and things. I'm the resident ace, so yay, Pride Month.
We still love you. You're part of it. You're part
Still
of it.
love you.
Yeah.
There was a condition there.
There is no condition. Yeah, that sounded like it was shady. We love you very much, and there is no condition to it.
She's our token. We need her.
It's one of the letters.
Yeah, we've got to collect them all.
Gotta catch them all!
Alphabet Mafia without the A, damn it.
Yeah. The A in team.
Fuck.
I have been your dungeon master, Dusty, or Elegant Feather Duster. You can find me on most major social media platforms like Instagram, where I post a lot of cool cosplay stuff, and on Twitter as Elegant Feather, because there's a character limit. Sometimes life is like that. I am also here on Twitch on my own channel, which is also Elegant Feather Duster. I will not be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be back next week with something not fresh, hot, and new. I am now going to bounce you over to Jess to tell us about herself, and also if we're rating anyone tonight.
Oh, hello. I am Dr. Psychowl. You can find me on all the things as Dr. Psychowl, except for on Twitter, where I'm Dr. Psychowl TV. Thank you all for hanging out and us like launching our first Pride stream for the month, because I too am here and queer. Because yeah,
I forgot to say the thing.
You forgot to say the thing.
You forgot to say the thing.
I'm queer too.
It's too late.
You had your
Gotta
chance.
wait till next year.
I'm getting kicked out. I can't
Fired.
participate in
No
Pride.
more Pride Month for you.
That's it.
Get out.
Come back on Monday. There's some shit happening and going down in Laurelwind and whatnot. So big reveals happened last week. Come see us on Monday. And in terms of raid, yeah, we never
Should we
get
ask
to
the
do
people
this. We are going
one last time, though. Should we ask them? Please donate to our charity.
Yes, please donate to our charity.
Yeah.
We are raising money. Awesome cause. Type ! Donate into the chat. It's going to be running all month. Awesome prizes. There's also ! Giveaway. I forgot to say that, but like they're doing their own giveaways from Meta. So like, and I think it's just stuff like sharing and whatnot. Nothing to get
Not
chances
that
to win
meta.
to stuff. Yeah, not that meta.
Not that meta.
But yeah, I'm really excited about this. We're gonna go raid Katie Peters Plays, who's a friend of our channel and like is never streaming when we're streaming. So this is we actually get to do this. So go send love and whatnot to Katie and whatnot, and come back on Monday. We love you all. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye bye.